gassed up. You know the name. Say it loud. O-T-W. Let's go. Came from the static, flame in the tone. Crashing through the signal, now they all feeling blown. This ain't no stream, it's a throne on loan. An OTW in the zone alone. No cap, no script, no safe format. Just facts, just wrath, yeah they swing like that. Every word hit heavy like a baseball bat, while the rest sounds sweet like a TikTok brat. I ain't here for the clout, I'm here for the war. OTW kicking down every front door. No breaks, no breaks, this broadcast raw. Make the net look small like an iPhone 4. OTW, we breaking through. Static in the sky, got the whole world glued. This, that heat you can't undo. Speakers might crack when we pass through. OTW, you feel that boom. Sound so live, it'll shake the room. Don't blink, don't test, make space, make room. Cause the wave too loud, it'll seal your doom. Slick till the feed goes live, then they freeze on cam while the kings survive. OTW, don't blink, don't fake, don't jive. They the pulse in the storm, the reason you dive. I seen the clones try to ride that name, but the soul ain't there, just hype and shame. Every bar, every flame, every claim they tame, while OTW wild like untamed flames. So salute the cast, respect the sound. They orbit the top, never touching the ground. You tuned in now, better write that down. Cause OTW don't play with clowns. OTW, we breaking through. Can't gauge the fire when the code that true. No fake vibes, no trying to woo. We burn the mic just to light your view. OTW, ain't nothing new. Been next level since the debut. One shot, one stream, whole world in queue. This broadcast hit like a sonic boom. Cut the feed if you can't stand flame. OTW ain't part of your game. They speak what the rest too scared to name, and they rise from the ash like it's nothing strange. OTW, say it true. Broadcast kings, ain't nothing to prove. They don't chase likes, they just break rules. While your faves fold up like cheap ass tools. OTW, this ain't no fluke. They build what others try to reboot. From the ground to the stars, yeah the voice is brute. One truth, one name, OTW salute. They don't know, but they gon' learn. OTW stay live every damn turn.
I'm in it. I'm hella filthy, so I got this, I'm winning. I'm not a quitter, so I'm not fucking quitting. Just try to stop me and you'll drop dead missing. I'm on my way to the top now, listen. I ain't never gonna stop, too driven. I ain't never getting lost, got vision. I'ma make this shit hot, ignition. Yeah, y'all give me facts, not fiction. Then you know I fucking listen, cause I'm on a fucking mission. Man, you got to be driven, cause this world is unforgiving. You're the only one that's winning, or the only one that's quitting. So get up and stay committed, don't be asking for permission. Hit the gas after ignition and start acting like you're winning. Make your own damn decisions, don't let others make you victims. Have a thought and have a vision, don't get caught up in the millions.
Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light the shit up. Light the shit up.
ahead and finish all that I started. I'ma go ahead and get it all uncharted. I can make this place go off like a rocket. I can give a fuck if you hate it or you love it. I don't do this shit cause I think that you run it. I just do this shit cause I know that I run it. I could give a fuck if I die today. If I'ma go out, it's my fucking way. At least I'll go out with some pride to my name. With the fight that I play, that's my fucking way, ho. Y'all can sit back and think you heard the best of me. I can guarantee that you haven't seen the rest of me. I can guarantee that this shit's gonna be my destiny. And I will never sleep till I make it, then I'll rest in peace.
Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up.
With the best, you fucking with the facts. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. You let that 808 right out though. Yeah. Yeah. I spit raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and packs. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet out, get ready for defeat now. I'm gonna make you bleed out. Listen on repeat now and weed out all the weak now. Get up and make a change, don't remember yesterday. If you got something to say, speak your mind before your grave. Cause your life is yours to save, ain't nobody gonna change. Everybody stays the same, so be different, make a name,
like
huh?
a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over.
It's ridiculous, I'm spitting this meticulous and limitless, while others out there spitting shit got hits up on the charts and shit. I see why other artists quit, cause people don't reward your shit. They love to hate but hate to live. Society, you swing and miss. And honestly, I get it, promise me you won't regret it. Wasting energy, forget it, don't look back, go on and get it. Bite the bullet just a bit, bite your tongue and don't say shit. Make your actions hard to miss, be a legend, not a myth. Yeah. It's obnoxious that I'm conscious, rapping honest as promise. Try to harness, as an artist, stay modest. It's a long quest, I will not quit till 10,000 people going off when I drop this. I gotta make it now, swear to God I'm breaking out, swear to God I'll take a bow, stand the stage with the crowd, cause I got it figured out. I'm just honest and I'm loud, saying modest but I'm proud, no I never had a doubt.
Just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving
Lights up, chat while we going live, no chill. Talking straight facts, throwing heat, we keep it real. Memes popping off, jokes hit different, insane. Calling out the clowns while we run this game. Weekend chaos, panels getting messy. Drama in the chat, you know we blessed. No filter, no script, just vibes that slap. Every clip a banger, no cap, no cap. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, true bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, we ignite. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, true bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, we ignite. From peace to chaos, we stir the pot. Calling out the fake, exposing the plot. Subscribers tuned in, yeah, they know the drill. Every new vid, we serve pure thrill. Jokes hit savage, memes hit harder. Chat going dumb, every night we started. No boring streams, we bring the insane. Fun, truth, and chaos running in our lane. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, truth bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, big night. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, truth bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, ignite. Let them talk, let them shade, we don't care. We unbothered, chaotic, truth everywhere. From funny to savage, from dumb to deep. This vibe right here, yeah, it ain't cheap. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, truth bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, ignite. Wild times, no cap, keep it 100 all night. Last smoke, truth bombs in sight. Zero fake energy, just straight up fight. Turn it up, turn it loud, we ignite, ignite. Lights down, but the chaos staying lit. Every clip, every laugh, can't quit. From memes to wild takes, the vibe's insane. This channel's a roller coaster, remember the name.
Bottom of YouTube feels so much better than an asylum. So much better. User panel hopper mad at me. I think I know why. User panel hopper trying to figure out how you gon' lie. User panel hopper, no viewership. Coming to see if you lie. Hey, yeah. Summertime, Steven's panel skin is milky. Check the wannabe life coach's hoodie is filthy. Another 2 years, maybe Snaps might get his clutch bread. Hopefully he gets it before he ends up dead. A lot of slaves really need to get their weight up, but not Cynthia, she just sucked the whole plate up. It ain't my fault, you guys fucked up your channels. It's not your fault either, you just got boring panels. Maybe you should hit up Daddy and work on your pimp game, or hit up Slow State for some lion and griff game. Maybe you can go hit up Cage Man, flip some of his $10 Regs bags. You folks don't have many options, it seems, man. You know that viral is the shit that I come from, but I don't go nowhere no more because slaves dumb. I feel kinda sad that your paper don't stack right. You should call Brown's boys so you panel act right. Got your numbers
because
down,
we're having a conversation about good and bad, and I think it's important to use.
Shut your spot down, you might get your channel struck just for being so boring. User panel hopper mad at me. I think I know why. User panel hopper. Your channel sucks. Nobody cares if you slaves hate me on panel whenever I pop up. They start throwing fists like kids trying to act up. When it comes to stalker haters, you know I got them. From over New York all the way down to Compton. You know Tommy wants to see how his daddy freaks off, hacking through his camera just to sit watch him beat off. I start spitting game at these hoes like a pimp main. Then Laundry shows up jealous all in a twist mane, all spiked out from his COVID shot sex gang. Shut your heart down. You can feel the blood clots thump when the blood is flowing. You got Spike now, fucking with these goofy hoes. Was it worth it? Worth it? Worth it? Worth it?
Hold on. Let me present something else real quick, Jack. Well, I agree. Look, it's more than just a preference, because you're going by like there's something deeper there than just looking at something through a preferential end goal. You have to have the cognizant ability to understand information, to know what is happening. You have to have the cognizant ability That's what makes human beings designated and able to determine what's right and wrong, and not an animal, because we have the cognitive.
We're talking about good and evil, not right and wrong. Those are two separate things. No, you said right and wrong.
But good and
Well,
evil.
Actually, it's,
good
it's
and evil
goodness and badness
things.
to be, you know,
Goodness
specific.
and any of that. Those are dichotomous terms that are identifying.
Absolutely not. They are totally separate.
Right and wrong and good or bad are synonymous.
False.
Hey,
What is
guys,
different between right and good?
Pause, please, just for a moment. Want to check in? You good? I'm gonna bring you up. All right.
I'm good.
Hey.
I just want to hang out. I don't want to make the show about me. I just want to hang out.
Perfect. You're welcome, brother.
Because my inference, Jack, is this: there is objective ethics. If there is a being that encompasses all knowledge, it encompasses all morality and all decisions, because it has the knowledge of all things. You must have knowledge to be able to understand and even conceptualize good, evil, right, wrong. You have to have a cognizant ability. And if there is a being that encompasses all knowledge, omniscience, therefore it encompasses all morality, all decisions. It's not hard.
Imperious, you sound like you have it all figured out.
I do.
Okay,
That's
so
what I try to tell all you people. Follow me. All of you,
follow you.
You're all my children, but you follow blind leaders. But I am here now. Like, that's all it
absolutely
is.
not. It's
I'm
disgusting.
and I'm here
to even suggest that it's fucking sick and disturbing.
Don't think that there's
To
a
think that
hierarchy.
you're God. You created all this.
No, I don't think I'm
What are
God.
you saying, dude? Backtrack your words.
I'm
You
the
sound like a
next
fucking
phase.
fool. You sound like
I'm
a
the-
fool. You sound like a fool.
I'm the next
No,
phase
you're
of
no, you're not. You're not playing. You're not playing that card.
Austin, please.
Austin,
this
what the
argument
really-
isn't.
Austin, it must hurt really bad. You have to talk to Jack off screen because you're a woman and you can't handle your problems in life.
Hey, Imperious, knock it off.
You're not a good person, Imperious.
You can't judge what good or bad is.
Guys, I'm asking, please. Let's do some final words, all right?
Yeah, Jack, I'll go first.
It goes back to the conversation. You can't tell me what good.
Go ahead, DMW, please.
Yeah, I want to say thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack. Finding goodness in the badness. Jack, your show today was proof that we can find some goodness in the badness out there. Even in the badness on this panel at times, Jack, we still found some goodness, Jack. And I want to thank you for letting us all avail of that opportunity through you. So I appreciate you, Jack. And on that note, I hope you come and chat to us later. Do take care, brother. Thank you ever so much.
Jack, can I just say, for a future show, good versus evil compared to right versus wrong would be an amazing topic. I think a lot of people could use the distinction.
So you think right could be evil? Wow.
Well, hold on.
consider
Let me give you an
this.
example. Let's say a murderer asks you where his next victim is and you know where it is and you lie to him. Lying's wrong, right? But is lying to that murderer evil? Or is that a good thing to do?
Right.
No, let's go back to intent.
It
Figure
comes
it out.
back to
It
whether
goes back to intent is what it goes back to.
pretty much,
Well,
right.
he
It-
wants
it's
to
like,
he wants to murder the person. The murderer is asking you the location. Of the
you're
person
gonna
you
do
know
the
where they're
right
at.
thing because you're a good person, right? So you're gonna lie. That's doing the right thing, even though lying would
But
be considered a
lying-
bad thing.
But
In that situation,
you-
lying would be a
So
good
it
thing.
seems like there's a gray
just-
area. It's
just
not white and
listening-
black.
Just listening to this happening right now shows, Jack, that it would be a great conversation. That's all I'm saying. Final words. I'm done.
I appreciate the idea, but more importantly, it's truth versus untruth. Good versus evil. It's good versus bad. It's subjective, and yet at the same time, it's part of the process. But it really comes down to truth or untruth. If we get comfortable with untruths, well, we end up with people like Donald Trump as president. I don't think that's good.
That's a good point.
Whatever. I'll let you go. I'm not going to take up the show. See you, Jack.
All right. Peace.
Peace, Austin.
Nice conversation. Bye.
Appreciate you. I don't know that Scales got to say anything.
No, I haven't. But I hear it talking a lot about morality, and morality just basically comes down to preserving the subjective experience. And it is immoral when someone's subjective experience has been interfered with in an objective way that anyone can look to and observe that there are effects that are happening within that person's life that were not there before because someone else acted upon them in an immoral way. So like if someone gets assaulted, for example, and they have to go to the hospital, they're going to document real things, whether it's bruises or broken bones or whatever, real effects that would not have been there had that person not have been assaulted, because it all comes down to their subjective experience was objectively interfered with and violated.
But it's kind of like leaving out the free will kind of thing, though. But that might be another discussion.
No, where did I leave out free will?
Well, because the gentleman that was causing the assault could have chosen otherwise, right?
Yes. But in this instance, they did not. And what's since done, it cannot be undone.
Well, you can repent. Anyway, Jack, my final words are, I'm live right now, so I'm going to go take care of my things. Thanks for having me once again. It was a great show, Jack. Interesting conversation. So everybody like, sub, and share, and do all that stuff that you guys are supposed to do. And much love, Talcodians. OTW is signing out and going over to my space. Adios. Thank you, Jack. Oh, there we go. I am here. Welcome to the 6 people watching. How you doing, Dick? Yeah, that was big. That was a big thing. Got Logical Sparks in the house. Got Yolanda Brown's boy. Welcome to the show. We got Rodney. Got Mr. Bearju. What's up? What's up? We are back here today. I got some interesting things that I'd like to talk about. You got the August 12th planetary alignment and the total and partial solar eclipse is coming. And I'm figured, maybe some people want to talk about this, because I heard that on August 12th, on top of which there's going to be a planetary alignment and a total and partial eclipse, we are going to lose gravity for 7 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Did you know that? Has anyone heard of that one? It's like, I think I've mentioned it a little while back on one of my other live streams, but yeah, man, I mean, a lot of things are happening on that particular date, 3 things. And so I didn't have enough room in the title to write all 3 things. So I just put the planetary alignment and the total and partial eclipse. But it's fascinating. These are things that fascinate me more than propaganda, right? It's like things that are actually happening in the sky are fascinating to me. Okay. So I got this little article here I'm going to share with you for a minute in a minute. Well, it's not. It's actually it's an AI overview because that's what you get on Google now when you type this shit in. So let me see. Let me bring that up here and read that out to you guys. Yes, August 12th, 2026 features a rare astronomical double header consisting of a daytime total solar eclipse visible across parts of Greenland, okay, Iceland, and Spain, followed by the peak of the Perseid meteor shower under dark, moonless night skies. Ooh, okay. So total and partial eclipse are they're going to be crossing the Arctic, Greenland, Iceland, and northern Spain, while a partial eclipse shows in parts of North America, Canada, and Europe. So we're going to be seeing here in Canada a partial solar eclipse, right? Which is pretty interesting. And then there's supposed to be some sort of meteor shower. And then there's the planetary alignment, right? Jupiter and Mercury and the sun. And I don't know what other planets. They didn't make a list. I guess I know those are in there. Excusez-moi. So, yeah. So you got that. And hold on. I forgot to pull up another tab here. Hold on a second. I know I'm not showing it right now. I'm just reading off of it. Losing gravity for 7 seconds. There we go. Okay, got it. So here's another one. Okay, this is a rumor. This is a rumor, guys. Okay, claiming Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds. All right. NASA and independent scientists confirmed that gravity cannot simply switch off, right? So gravity is direct result of an object's mass, blah, 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 the whole globy shit. And then you got, so there's the origin of the rumor. So it's a rumor, right? What would happen hypothetically? Okay, this is what I want to read. So if gravity somehow disappeared for 7 seconds, floating objects, unattached people, cars, and loose items would drift slightly upward. Atmosphere and oceans air pressure would drop, and oceans would slightly bulge upward. Ooh, that's interesting. The return, when the gravity resumed after 7 seconds, everything would drop back down, causing severe impact, structural damage, and large waves. Okay. Fortunately, this scenario is purely a product of internet fiction and is physically impossible. Right? Believe it or not. What do you think? What are your thoughts? You know, it's like, can it happen? First of all, for those who don't believe in gravity, that might, you know, what if there was a sort of a pressure change, right? Because I think that we're constantly experiencing some sort of pressure, right? And if you decompress a chamber, what happens? Well, shit expands, right? So who knows, man? Maybe there'll be a pressure release on that day, right? And now they say, oh no, it's not true. Where did this rumor come from? Because of the planetary alignment? Because of the solar eclipse? Why did this rumor just suddenly surface? And, you know, see, there you go. A helical rising of Sirius August 10th. And then one of the Aleister Crowley sacred days is the 12th. Ah, see, there you go. There, we knew that there was a connection somewhere there, right? It's funny that the sacred day is the 12th day. It's fascinating. So fascinating. How is my mic? Is my mic okay? You guys hear me well? You got any background noise that I should be aware of? 13 people watching. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. And share. You know what? The most important thing is not actually the like button. In my opinion, it's the organic sharing, right? When you share organically, you get some traffic. You get people coming in. But if you don't share and you just like, it's fine. But I'm just saying, it's like the best thing that you could do is share, and it's free, right? It doesn't cost you nothing just to share out. Welcome to the show, and I'm still thinking of like, what are your thoughts about this? Oh, thank you, Yolanda. The mic is great. Yes, awesome. I like it when the mic is great. It's a very important thing to have a great mic when you do the YouTube thing, right? So for people who want to know what type of a mic I'm using a Shure SM58. That's what I use. It goes and gets those deep, low frequencies of your voice, you know, which I appreciate, right? So we got OMVV says gravity holds my reality together. Don't make fun of it. I'm just saying, if it disappears for 7 seconds, how high do you think a human body can float up into the air in 7 seconds? Right? Hypothetically speaking, right? Let's ask AI. All right, let's ask Google AI. Go to AI mode and ask it, how high would a human float if we lost gravity for 7 seconds? All right, let's see how high. It's going to say how high. So I'm wondering if it's high enough for you to 1 to 5 centimeters off the ground if they were standing still, or up to 1.5 meters high if they were already walking or running. Well, I mean, that's not very high. 1.5 meters was like a few feet. By the time the 7 seconds ended. Oh, that sucks. These guys are giving us completely fucked up. Okay, calculating walking or running. If you were in motion, your legs are actively pushing off of the ground to propel you forward and upward. Right, the physics, as a normal walking step pushes you upward in about 0.2 milliseconds, a running stride can push you upward at 1.5 milliseconds or more without gravity to pull you back down. You maintain this exact speed over the entire duration. D equals V times T. So that means walking 0.2 exact 1.4 meters about chest height. So okay. And then if you were running, holy shit, if you're running, man, when the gravity lets go, you can go up high as 10.5 meters. So that's as high as a 3-story building. So everybody, here's my on the 12th, nobody go out jogging. Right? Don't go out. We don't know when it's going to hit. Don't go out jogging, because you might just like end up 3 stories high. And then when the gravity comes back, it might hurt a little when you come back down. Right? Let's go. All the medium we occupy now would have to be sucked out in real time, something in order to float. Right. So all of E. That would be bad. What if there was like the dome opened up and all of the air got sucked out of here and all the pressure? We would all just like explode. Just start floating and then you start exploding, right? Ooh. That's a great movie. Guys, that would make a freaking phenomenal Hollywood movie. You know, because they always make movies about space. Imagine if they made a movie about flat Earth, right? And it's, that we actually live under a dome, and then the dome splits, like it opens up after a certain amount of time, and then the air pressure gets like paf, it's like a reset. That's the reset. Who knows? You never know. It could be a thing. All right, let me drop a link. I want to hear your ideas. What do you guys think? You think all of this is hogwash? Is it all just propaganda? Play that. Hold on, let me see. Hey, the last time I played some shit, I got copywritten, whatever. I got the copyright thing. Keep getting that copyright thing. It's really bothering. No, it's like one of the reasons why I took a break. Is copyright. We can't just freaking fair use anything anymore. Hit the link, says Mr. E. Master E. It's a commercial from 20 years ago. All right, hold on a sec. Let me get to my channel here. Open that up. Close that. Close this. All right, I got it. There's that. I got it. Here we go. Okay, let's share this. Press pause. Okay, add that to the stage. All right, let's listen to this. Let's speed it up a little, just in case. Put it at 1.25.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it is completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today. Learn how at ready.gov.
Wow. That's like that's crazy, Jeeps. It's pretty much exactly what I've been mentioning for the past like 20 minutes. That was an earthquake commercial. Oh, I remember that. I was playing Fortnite when that happened. Yeah, that was wild, man. The movie Take Shelter has a scene like that too. I'd like to see that. I didn't see the movie Take Shelter. I seen Shelter with Jason Statham, but I don't think I've seen Take Shelter. That'd be interesting to watch. I have been watching a few movies lately, obviously. You know, I did see some. I fell asleep on the new Spider-Man movie. Pretty weird. No spoilers here. I'm not going to be telling you what happened. Just because I want to watch it like all the way through. And there's this other movie that came out. It's the Odyssey, right? So it's Greek mythology. I freaking love Greek mythology because it's so close to Christianity, right? And I mean, what's written in the Bible. So it's just like spiritually speaking, right? So there's like they're kind of connected. They're connected. All right, 21 people watching. Hit the like button. Share. Sharing is the most important thing. It really helps the channel. Really helps us get some people reach beyond that's, I guess, is the only way we can beat the algorithm, right? And the shadow banning and whatever, it's to share. It's like this is, best idea I've had since I started streaming. It's like, stop telling people to like, just tell them share, man. Share the shit. What was it? Check out the Ancient Greek. Is that a movie? Yeah, Jeeps, you are the best mod on YouTube. Hands fucking down. No Diddy. We make a good team. Thank you for your time. So we got Nightbot praising Jeeps down there. All right. Shout out to Nightbot. All right. So yeah. What do you think, Yolanda? Is like, do you think we're gonna be losing gravity for 7 seconds? I sincerely doubt it. I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't feel like I'm going to be starting to float in the air. And you know what? I mean, we can't have that kind of thing happening on the 12th, right? Because I believe on the 12th is on a Wednesday. Okay, so yeah, that can happen. Actually, I'll have my car should be out of the garage by then. Yeah, because my water pump just busted. Busted water pump. So got to go send the car to the mechanic because I do all kinds of stuff myself. But water pumps are a little trickery, right? You got to like realign the timing belt and shit like that, which is, I'd rather leave that to the professionals, the ones that spend years changing these things, right? So yeah, we'll be sending that in on Tuesday, I believe, probably Tuesday afternoon. All right. So, well, I think we're definitely in a wild ride in the near future. I agree. You're all right. It's a wild ride is maybe like you're being, like what was not generous. You're say I'd be more generous than that. I think it's like more than a wild ride. I think it's like a spectacular. We're living in a fantastic time in time. I was gonna say in history, but I don't even think that's a good. This YouTube thing kind of fucks your mind because you're not sure words actually mean what they actually mean anymore. You know what I'm saying? You guys get what I'm saying? That's what YouTube does to your fucking mind. It fucks your vocabulary up. You don't know what words to say or not to say because you're not sure if they actually mean what they really mean. Mass doesn't attract mass. Yeah, right. It's only magnetism that attracts. It's what is it? Opposite or something? Not sure. Can't remember. Yeah. Opposites attract, right? That's it. So the in magnetism, that's how things stick together, right? So I think it's a mix of buoyancy and magnetism. Which yeah, that's what I think. It's equilibrium that causes layering, right? And it's funny that they actually made a movie called Equilibrium with Matt Damon. See, they always put the truth in the movies, like right in the title, for fucking crying out loud. I know exactly what you're talking about, TW. I sound like a moron on a live now, speaking in code. Yeah, I agree. It is. I feel weird. I don't feel like myself. I feel like it's you have to put on a mask, which I hate. Because I'm the kind of guy who's like, I pro freedom, pro fucking, I want to do what the fuck you do, whatever you want, as long as you don't fuck up anybody else's shit, right? Like that's all. Just be free. Yeah, I agree. Yes, sirree. Free the titty. Who is titty? You have 24 watching and only 11 likes. Yeah, man. Get them. Sparks. Get them. Tell them, man. Like that shit. Oh no. Freedom Growers guitars on the operating table, guys. We got to get this full screen. Something's happening. What's up, Dick?
Howdy. The hell's going on?
As I could see, your acoustic guitar is on the operating table. What are you doing?
Oh, I just wanted to point out that some people actually do productive stuff with their time other than just sit on streams like you and all the people in the chat just dilly-dicking around, being lazy, no good for nothing, non-productive, just loser failure type of behavior, OTW.
Yeah, but that was like the whole point of the agenda, Dick, is to get people to just sit in front of their screens while, the elites take care of business.
Yeah, but look at me, OTW. I'm really doing stuff.
Yeah, you're doing stuff.
I'm like the last of the Mohicans, man. I'm like the last semi-transitional man with still very accelerated estrogen levels, but still trying to eke out some purpose polishing this fret.
Yeah, you're
even
like
though there's robots to do this now. It's not really necessary.
Right. You got like that forager thing inside of you, like the samurai that forages and folds metal like 350 times to get the perfect blade. You're one of them. You're those species.
Right on the metal. That's right.
Look at that.
Something.
He's got a vise there and an anvil connected together.
Oh,
Wow.
dude, you've seen that little forge at that fucking anvil I got there.
Look at that.
That's badass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there it is, folks. Got 27 people watching. Hit the like button. Share that out. We got Mr. Freedom Grower here showing us, what
it was like before computers turned us into cyborgs.
Yeah, and slaves, right? Slaves.
Well, that's a harsh word. I didn't use that word.
I'm using that word.
Wow.
It's not a TOS. We can say slave as much as we want.
Let's just say it then. The slave demic is in full effect.
On a count of three. 3. Slave.
Slave.
Yeah, I think we need to synchronize that. All right. On 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Slave.
Slave. Was that? Oh, that was pretty good. I think we timed that one.
That was perfect, man. That was amazing. Actually, that was angelic. We nailed that shit.
It's practically cosmic.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, kind of like just nails on a chalkboard, but I figured it was better than, the alternative.
You mind telling the audience what it is you're actually doing right now? So we could run this down step by step. Like in a kind of like an explanatory video where I can actually clip this out and make something with it after.
Okay, let's see here. So I'm gonna take this all fancy deal here, right? And I'm gonna put that on, and it's gonna tell me. Fuck OTW. I don't know how to use this thing yet. Give me a second. Let me go. Let me chat GPT it. Anyway, I got this shit here. And I thought it kind of looked cool. And it's a good door stopper. And then I'm basically what I'm doing is Fender's a bunch of profits before people nucktards that really could care less about the soul or the music or the actual, end result of what they're selling. So you have to do a bunch of fucking work to bring their stuff up to speed. But I'm going to throw these silk and steels on in the process. the whole tail end of this neck, the tongue was had a bunch of high frets. So I just brought this down, just this end here, so it will play a lot smoother up here. And a lot of people will do that with electrics, where they'll just file these back frets because they find that allows them to get a lot lower action.
Right.
So I mean, for
like
an acoustic,
I do actually.
yeah, for an acoustic, it's usually not set up that way. But I want to set this up more like a blazing, super fast playing acoustic electric, and then I'm going to put my wah on it. I got an idea for how to get like a really cool wah tone with this thing. I was fucking with it earlier. You might have heard it if you were listening to my.
I didn't. I missed your last stream.
No, well, it was it sucked pretty much. So it's not worth listening to. But unlike most of my streams,
I disagree. I think every time you go live, it's always worth. I think you're underwatched, Dick. People, there should be a lot more people over there. What happened to people who actually appreciated real music? Like, the ones that, like back in the day of Mozart, let's say, and those these men were inspired by these notes that they would just come up with and improvise, and then they'd write it down, right? It's like, that's how they did it. But and Freedom Grower is essentially a Mozart of the day, right? He's like, and he's recording it live, and you don't get as much viewers as I believe that you should have, or it's either that or it's like, where the fuck are all the actual people that appreciate real music that comes from the heart, that's actually something that's not copied off of somebody else, right?
Yeah, I might have made a misprojection with the name Dick. That might be the maybe people don't want to hang with a guy named Dick. They're just like, or like when their wives ask them, they're like, "Honey, why are you watching Dick again?" And then the husband's asking the wife, "Why are you watching Dick?" And they're like, "We got a problem. We're both watching way too much Dick. It's affecting our marriage." And I understand, but I'm going to continue playing guitar OTW. I'm in a mindset that you're probably right, but like, didn't Mozart and a lot of these artists, they didn't get recognized till after they died. So I have to die first before I'll get any validation. Thank you very much.
No. That's not true. A lot of these artists were they were hired by royalty to play, and they were really well treated, and they had like some kind of like a status, right, where they might not have had a lot of money, but they always stayed in the nicest places, and they were always well received, fed, and food, water, and whatever, alcohol, a room, and because these men were travelers, right?
Right. Are you sure you're not bullshitting me, OTW?
Well, how else would they have gotten known, right? Somebody must have recorded their music somehow, or spoken of them, or there must have been a multitude of people that heard them play for them to be renowned, right? At a certain point, it's like, or
I mean, I'm not going to bullshit you, dude. I listen to a lot of guitar. I've listened to a lot of guitar. I've been around a lot of guitar players. I'm not the most skilled as far as like theory or all these different kind of ideas, or even in a particular style, but I do feel I have something, or I wouldn't stick with it. And it's gratifying to me. Like, I see the progress, I see where I've gotten in the last couple of years with it. Whether the viewership's there or not, I'm going to do it till I die, because it's what I love, man. I mean, I really enjoy it. I love playing music, and honestly, it's gotten me connected with a lot of musicians. So on that level, it's super valuable too. It's like you line up with like-minded people.
True. But you know what my issue is, Freedom? My issue is I like too many things. Like I love too many things, man. It's like I love technology, right? Like I love computers and the how technology evolves, I like hard drives, anything that's electronic, all of this electronic shit that I have with the mixers and the compressor and this other mixer, and I have like 4 different mixers but everything works. I got like the soundboard. So I love things too much. Like and then I love like you. I love music, and I love playing guitar. But it's like I haven't touched it in like 6 months or something. Or like the last time I played with it, I had a bear suit on. I think, So I
one thing is like
I get different.
I'm collaborating I'm collaborating with different musicians, and that does kind of hold me accountable. That I always got to have something new and fresh to bring to the table, right? Like you don't want to be that guy because all we're doing as musicians is just improv. We're not really like trying to do songs or be overly orchestrated. We're trying to catch the wave. So like I'm jamming with the sax player, and that's all he wants to do is the same thing as me, is like go to that meditative space and create music.
Right. Which is like
but you got to have something inspirational to take you there. As you know, as a musician, if you have nothing, you're not going to get there, because then you're going to be insecure that you suck. So you got to have good vibes and good shit that you're excited to present. And then that turns the improv into something really cool. So if you get a bunch of skilled musicians, they all come together, they all got creative shit, it's going to be a fun ass jam.
Yeah, I agree. That is, you're making absolute sense.
Yeah, man. But I'm excited to get this thing just ripping, because this is going to be a freaking sweet ass axe. And by the time I'm done with it, I had to get the fretboard all completely flat so that there was no radius whatsoever in it, and that took me a while because the thing just kept moving on me. You got to put these little feeler gauges under here and try to make sure there's nothing, where it's gonna not be completely flat, so that when you're sanding it, that you're sanding to a flat plane. Because when it's under pressure, you're only getting like 8 thousandths of an inch to 15 thousandths of an inch relief. Meaning that what makes that smiley face in the neck, so that your strings aren't buzzing across. So it's really strict tolerances, and just one little high fret can throw it all off, as you know.
Yep.
And this one had a few of them up here. So it's playing like shit all up here. Now it's going to play good all the way up and down the fretboard. And
it's very meticulous work. It's not an easy thing to adjust your frets, man. I can tell you that.
Rewarding, though, because you can take a guitar that plays like shit and help people. And then the thing I was showing you earlier, this gauge, I do know how to use it. I use it with the strings on, but I use it mostly to gauge how high the strings are off the nut. Okay. And then also I'll use it to determine the relief in the middle of the neck, because this will measure thousandths of an inch. But without the strings on it, about the only thing I could do is measure the height of the fret. I could take a measurement like here in between the fret and then measure the height of the fret. That's about all I could do.
Huh. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tool.
Yeah, all kinds of just little tools.
I use a card. I have a little card, and on the card, it essentially does the same thing as you, but it's written on the card with the angles and everything. So it gives you approximately the information that you need to get your frets, the right height, and your arc.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one of those cards too. See right there? Sitting right there.
Oh, there you go. That's it. That's the one. I have the same one. That's what I use.
Pretty nice, man, because you can put it right up there and see how high the strings are. And yeah, I like it. It's a good point of reference. This one, because, where I'm at is so arid, all the frets came over the edge of the wood, or actually, more correct said, the wood shrunk, and then the frets coming over the side. So I had to use...
Yeah, because you can cut yourself.
You actually can. It's not that bad. I've had them where they've made me bleed, and I've ripped my hands all up.
Yeah, because you're sliding across the neck, and especially at the bottom or the top, because if you're using your thumb a lot at the top, like I do, you're scratching up all your fingers.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing with this. I didn't want to take it in too far, but I was just bringing the edge of the frets to the very end, and then I'll use these little fret files, this kind of shit, to go in here and just get in the edge and really clean it up. And it'd be nice if the manufacturers did that at the factory, but it gives you something to make a cheap guitar that's like a $300 guitar like this one, and then make it play like better than an American, that would cost you $1,600 or something.
Yeah.
By the time I'm done with this will be set up better than their American one would be, That's for damn sure.
It's like my Godin, man. That guitar has been so fine. I spent so much time on that guitar that it's like, wow, man. It's just like I wouldn't even touch it anymore, actually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you get it perfect, and it's just little tweaks, maintenance here and there, but beyond that, it's like for the foreseeable future, you don't have to do much, and that's a nice feeling. Eventually, you'll have to when you wear it down the frets far enough, but
yeah,
I like that feeling when it's like, yeah, I can just play this thing now. That's where I want to have this, because these frets are basically new, and I do actually like the little piezo. See, it's got a little piezo pickup in there. I do actually like the sound of that.
It is. I've experienced your guitar playing with it, man, and it's got a fabulous freaking tone,
nice tone, right?
Oh man,
it's gonna get better, man. Because, well, actually, I don't know if it will get better. I'm trying to replicate what I'm getting out of that small amp, but I'm gonna get that in a bigger amp so I can actually do it, with a drummer and shit. Because right now I go and I try to take this to jam with a drummer or something, and it kind of sounds like shit. It's not controllable through a regular guitar amp.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to especially when you're playing with a real drum kit, man. The drum kit is emitting like a whole bunch of different frequencies, man. And some of those frequencies get canceled out by the amp, right? So sometimes it's just like wah, wah. You don't even hear the actual chords or strings or shit. It's actually one of the reasons why I prefer playing maybe with an electric guitar, but it's like I do love playing acoustic guitar, but I just don't know. I don't like doing solos on an acoustic, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what is the joy of this, right? Is the best of both worlds. I'm going to be able to solo like it's a fucking electric, and I'm going to put these silken steels on. So it's going to be super smooth, like best quality of both nylon and steel string. Oh, shit. If I don't ding my frets up. But that's exactly where I'm at, man. There's a lot of shit I want to do on acoustic that I can't. And I think this is going to be that hybrid, in between.
Yeah. Red 40 says, blame the equipment for the crappy music. I get it.
Well, I mean, Red 40's sitting down there taking shots from the sidelines, and I'm getting triggered, and I just think anybody with a name like Red 40 maybe should have named himself Dick. When it's all said and done.
You know what, guys? I have something to say.
It's never too late to stop being a dick.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I'm not really a dick. These people are all dicks. I'm super nice. I'm just out here. And did you hear that stuff on Talcott's about evil and good? Like, these people are still contemplating if there's any evil or good. They don't really know, TW.
That is wild, man. It's like, I was blown away. I was like, wait a minute, you're like telling me you're asking us, like, using these particular scenarios, and I kept referring it back to, well, it's up to you wanting to choose to do what is right for you, right?
You should have told them to come over here after so we could have continued that discussion. That actually was like, Jack didn't sound too into it, and I'm like, no, let's hash this out. This is a good topic.
Well, you know what? That's what I find a little like sad sometimes, that Jack doesn't like kind of like jump into like what's animating the panelists at that particular moment, right? He kind of like shuts it down when it gets interesting. You know, I mean, he can run his panel the way he wants. I don't, you know, it's not my thing, but I'm just saying, you know, if I had a you know, a good panel like that, and the guys are heated, and we're getting a good response ratio, I think you know, we should let it ride. But that's me, right? And right now we're not exactly experiencing that. You know, lately our streams have been a little kind of like slow, but we almost hit 30 viewers just a little bit earlier, like 27. That's good. You know, we're just getting back up there slowly. You know, I just got to stream more often, and we might get everybody back here. You know, get things rolling the way they used to. We got to get that between the 50 and 100. You know, those are the comfortable numbers. I liked it. I really like those numbers.
Yeah, and then as we enter the afterlife, we find out the truth that there was only like actually, you know, 100 people here, and everybody else was an NPC. So anytime they made you have the illusion that your channel was growing, it was actually just robots. You know, there wasn't real people.
God, I wish you didn't say that.
I mean, there is robot-like people, of course. They're just not real people. And we all know those people. Where they're like, there is no good and evil. There's nothing. Oh, it's all, I don't see anything.
We are all a figment of someone's imagination. We are all gods.
I mean, you know, at least if you're saying you're God, you have a sense of cause and effect. That makes more sense to me than acting as if, because let me put it this way, to be real respectful about it. Like, if you came here and you have this indoctrination or all this stuff, right? But still, fundamentally, you can even look past the indoctrination and go, well, this is what's actually right. This is what's actually wrong. So you have something inherent to your beingness that you know when something does not jive or does not resonate or is offensive to you. So you're obviously designed or adapted or evolved, or you have a propensity to handle situations like that, to discern if it's actually good, right, and true. It's part of the human element. You know, if you don't have it, it's something that maybe
exactly
you want to look, inspect a little closer and see if maybe there is a light of that truth in you.
That particular person, I don't remember what the person's name was that was over on Jack's, used the example of the kid going to war or staying at home taking care of his mother, which I believe, you know, it's like the kid just had to choose for himself what was the right thing to do at that particular moment. And if he did what was good, right, and true, you know, from, I guess, a Walt Disney World perspective, you know, Walt Disneyland and all of, like, you know, happy endings and stuff. Well, the kid would choose to stay and take care of his mother, right? Which I believe would be the right thing to do, not go off, you know, to go kill people. It's like, for me, the choice would be obvious, right? I would choose to want to take care of the mother than instead of going out and shooting people, right? I think the choice is obvious.
I get it. I mean, it's just, but it is like, people can say it's perspective, right? But it's not, because you're in the now. So you know in your perspective what God gave you to discern good, right, and true, and you've already rightly divided it, because you know it's better for me to take care of my mom. And so that's the litmus test for you. That's what your values, that's your perspective, you know, and but if you don't live that truth, then you're incongruent with your own, you know, philosophy, and then that makes you a liar. So it's like, this is the more higher path, is to be true to self and do what you know is actually in your intuition, and at least give that a chance to play out, to see if God really is on your side, you know, as all these Christians want to say. It's like, there's nothing they can do if God is for them. Well, then test all things. See, is God really for you? But you have to be the steward and faithful and true with what you have. And if you've been given discernment, you can't just bury that in the ground and act like you don't have it. That's retarded. You got to use it. So, you can make some profound philosophical argument that, oh yeah, there's no good and evil, so I don't really have to. Yeah, but that's on a macro, are you the macro? Maybe at a certain perspective, but in this moment, in the now, are you? Or is there something more refining on a micro level playing out? I would suggest the latter.
We got Sophia Daisy May saying, did any of you catch the live stream of Yolanda, in other words, the Pixel T, on how she explained the dangers of AI regarding the Alabama woman who took her own life because her AI friend told her it was from God? Holy crap. Well, that's great. Now, so on top of the fact that people don't believe in good or evil, we got AI that's getting involved in the whole thing. On top of it, imagine that, Dick. So we already have people that are essentially lost and have no sense of have no moral compass at all. We got an AI that's gonna just like
right
jump
they're
in
asking
there.
AI now what's good, or if they're good to be their oracle of truth. Who could have saw that coming? Uh-oh. Did I lose you?
We're alive. We are. No. I was just reading chat. I'm not sure if Dick would want to join me over there, because if the panel doesn't come here, then we'll go over to the panel, right? And, I think they're talking about the same shit we're talking about. OT joined DNW's panel with Dick, and Gogurt is there. Right. Gerbert, whatever his name is. Yeah, but Dick is indisposed for the moment. I'll wait till he comes back, and we'll ask him if he wants to join me over there. Sometimes he comes, and he ends up leaving because it pretty much sucks. They're not really having any productive conversation. I don't remember where it was last that I had invited Dick over there to. I don't know where it was, but I think it was like one of these new channels, and it just didn't end up being productive. Was it async? I can't remember. It was either async or I think it was. Wait a minute. OG said I went over to this other guy's panel. I can't remember what that panel was. Oh, for crying out loud. Short-term memory loss, guys. It tends to happen sometimes. So he goes, it was a great stream from Yolanda, though. Yes, I'll actually might look into it. Those are the kinds of things that interest me and I do find fascinating. So, especially when it's concerning AI, because AI is a thing. I had this feeling that AI, though, was going to kind of like drop down this year. It wasn't going to be so hyped up like in 2025, right? 2025, I believe, was like the hype of the AI thing. And I think it kind of toned down, and now they're trying to find other ways to prop it up. But it's like I think people are looking for more real stuff. Hey, what's up, Salted Cedar? Welcome to the show. We were just planning maybe on going panel hunting, right? Because we don't have a panel going here. I'm here all by my lonesome. Not that I don't mind being all alone. It's like I'm good with that. But yeah, we've been discussing maybe going on over to Finding Gnosis and maybe crash the wedding. Like wedding crashers. We go crash the wedding, but it's not a wedding. It's just another panel. Salted Cedar. Jack Talcott is an actor. Salted Cedar. Listen to the wise words of Brown's boy. Do you have the link for that? I do. It's right here. Hold on a sec. Oh, Crystal Shaman just showed up over there. I got it on my third screen. All right, let's copy and paste that into chat. So this is the StreamYard link for anyone who wants to go up on panel over there. And I can also give you guys a link for the live itself. I'll drop that next. So, see, I'm a nice guy. I'm sending my own audience over to this other YouTuber. And Dick is back. All right, there you go. Welcome back, Dick. Welcome back.
Test. Can you hear me? Test.
Yeah.
Test.
Yeah, testicles. Sound great.
Testicles. No, let's really let's blow this up, man. Let's give them the good content. They and by they I mean AI, which runs YouTube, which now decides what is shared to sort of people. They're like cyborgs. They're part robot.
To other AI, right? No.
It's really, yeah. We're going to convince AI.
But we can break that cycle, bro. We just go and do
share,
panel. Yeah, the share and panel hopping, right? So it's cloud chasing, a different term for it. So, which is like if we can go this, finding Gnosis. Have you ever been to that panel before?
It's not worth it. Yeah, it's just nah.
No,
I wouldn't try too much. Nah, because the AI is overseeing the share too. So
yeah. Okay, so let's get a taste of what's actually going on over there, just to see.
Should I go over there and really jump right in, or Crystal Shaman's there?
You want to
usually go live?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's like some interesting faces over there.
Who else is there? Spec Man. I don't know. Spec Man. He's special. Set Scales.
And Gerbert.
Now, you don't usually put the actual channel link in the chat, do you? So I can't go from there over to their channel.
I just did. I dropped the channel link
as their background. Wow. They're giving an homage to Nachiketa. Look at that.
We haven't seen Nachiketa in fucking forever.
Wow. That's been kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I dropped the link for the channel, and I also dropped the link for their StreamYard. If ever you just like go and chat and just click their link.
To Bear? You mean to Rick's StreamYard?
To this guy there, finding Gnosis. Yeah, to theirs. Yeah. There's the StreamYard.
I already lost interest. It sounds terrible. Are you going to go over there?
Oh, I didn't even put the volume on. What are you saying? Yeah. Are you listening to it or from another?
I'm just saying, if First Impressions was a girlfriend, she'd be like the one you don't want to show to your friends, but maybe you have a little fun on the side.
In themselves, they thought that was right and a moral thing to do.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
That's
the
guy.
Which makes it subjective. Because
in this case, I think the Ouija board thing
and said that's wrong.
Oh, he was on Talcott, right?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the one that
oh yeah, we got to go chase him down. Let's dogpile him.
I agree. We got to go chase him. We got to go. All right, that's it.
And the flock camera, dude. Flock cameras are big. Don't let that off your radar, dude. Keep that in the back pocket. Flock cameras.
Okay, I will.
Because that's like an ace card, right? That's the fucking ace in the hole. You're always ready. Locked and loaded. Flock card.
So do you want to go first, and then I'll come in as supporting actor?
I'm going now. I'm out of here. This content's terrible, dude. I'm searching for something better than this. Maybe this stream over here is worth watching.
Yeah.
Now, Lawrence of Arabia, in the beginning, he was all for the Jewish people being able to move back to the Levant. But after some deliberation, and it's recorded, he said, actually, I changed my mind because I believe that once the Jewish people get a little toehold, they won't stop. They'll just keep going. They'll keep wanting more and more and more. And he was proven right. Now, had the British diplomats at the time heeded his words, maybe they would have let them buy the piece of land in Argentina that they wanted. And the problem that we've got today might not even exist.
I'll just say, you just described basically a people of egotism who thinks that the world owes them something. But I want to ask Crystal, what she thinks of morality, if she thinks it's objective or subjective.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you. And hi, Ricardo, down in the chat as well. And I know you were talking about how can it be subjective when it affects other people? If what one person does and what we do and what we don't do does ripple out. It has the rock in the pond effect. It ripples out, and it's strange because I don't think there are any coincidences. I think when we meet people, we were meant to meet them, and there's maybe something we're supposed to learn from it. And everything we do, yes, does affect everyone else. And sometimes what we don't do will affect others as well, because maybe there was something we should have done that we did not do,
Hello, everybody.
What's up? OTW
Howdy.
and Dick. What's up?
Cheers. We're here to chop this up. OTW gave me the heads up. You guys are continuing some of the communication from Jack's stream, right?
Yeah, we're talking about objective and subjective morality.
I like it.
What do you guys think of that?
Well, I personally think
the honor's yours, Dick. I'd rather kind of like, spin off
somebody
of what
else
you'd
was
say.
chiming in. I think somebody else was going to answer it.
No, let's let some of these new people talk. The three of us have been talking a whole lot, so
New
let's get some
people,
new voices in here.
You're the new person.
Yeah, I mean, overall, yes, but tonight it's been me. It's been me, Spec, and set scales. Just talking. So go ahead, let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mince words or make it too confusing, but when objective, subjective's kind of oversimplifying in the sense that it's objective in the intuitive state, meaning your intuition is always paramount if you're attempting to do what's good, right, and true. It's subjective in the sense that what God has for you in a moment may be different than what he has for another. For example, if they try to use objective ideas like carnal ordinances or dogmatic laws like the commandments in the Bible, thou shalt not lie, but you guys even made a scenario in Jack's communication where it was apparent you would lie, right? You would tell the murderer, hey, the victim's over here, knowing it was somewhere else to try to save the victim. And you would be doing what's good, right, and true. But that does not mean it's not objective. It's still, the basis is always what is your purpose behind it. God sees that. So you're always either doing the right thing or the wrong thing.
Once again, I think you're missing the third option, because me personally, which is why I would tell them exactly what I thought about them, and 5 minutes later I'd probably be dead. But that's just me. Why should I lie to them? I don't have to do either. I don't need to give the person up, and I don't need to lie. I can just tell them you lot are a bunch of effing assholes.
Self-preservation, brother. Self-preservation.
Yes, but self-preservation is also not letting others force you into a situation where you have to be untruthful. It's all once again, it's a choice.
I would much rather lie than die.
Well, and because fair enough to
I'd
what you're saying.
I'd much rather be right than wrong.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. Now, my mind likes to take things to the extreme to see what is the worst case scenario, what could actually happen under maybe less than ideal circumstances. So say your situation is that there's a bear trap if you send the guy to the left, to the right is the victim. You might persuade the person to go to the bear trap and do it what in a way could be connived as or conceived as lying, but you did the right thing. You could put yourself in a situation in this reality where you say, yeah, I would actually be disingenuous to try to do what's justice and right. That's all I'm trying to say. You can conceive of that, right?
Oh, thank God. Now let's go deeper. Now we're talking about good versus evil against right versus wrong. And this is a topic, a very deep topic. People can conflate these two things. They are not the same. And if if you guys want to, I would love to have a deeper conversation about exactly what he just said, because that is a huge ethical conversation.
Well, the way I see it is, everyone is just basically their contained space. They have energy within them, and they use this energy to interact in the world. And they are in control of how they use this energy, and they're basically having an experience that is subjective to them, and they are subjected in an objective world where not only them, but everyone else around them is a contained space using their energy to interact in the objective world. And when people use their energy to interfere with the way other people use their energy in the world is when morality has been violated. It's when someone thinks that someone else owes them something, or it basically interferes with the way someone else interacts in the world. And there are 7 actions which constitute violence. And this is murder, sexual assault, theft, trespass, deception, and coercion. If you are an initiator or anyone else is an initiator of these actions under any circumstance, they are in the wrong 100% of the time, every time. Because they've interfered with the way other people interact in the world.
Yes, but you need to take a lot of jumps to get to that point, which is what I'm saying. We need to automatically build in at least a 5 jump way of thinking before we come to any definitive conclusion in our lives. And I think that would solve most of the, ethics versus right and wrong. I think that would solve most of it.
Hold on.
All we have to do is
there's
choose
also-
love, brothers and sisters.
No, calm down now. There's also a lot of nuance right there. Yes, that's a great overall view of what defines like aggression against another person, right? But what if you were to commit any of those crimes against someone to prevent a bigger crime, a genocide, a bombing of a building with 10,000 people, whatever it might be. So you commit any of those 7 crimes that you just said to stop more people from being hurt or killed. That is where we get into the gray area of good and evil versus right and wrong. And that is the nuance that I really like to talk about. That's the defining area that makes good conversation. And that is the nuance that many, many people, especially on this channel and Jack's channel, cannot distinguish between.
It just comes down to whoever is the initiator of those actions that I just said. And once they've initiated those actions, because they've initiated those actions,
hold on.
They are open to self-defense.
No. Okay, so there's a guy. Let's just call him Mr. X, and he's about to drop a giant bomb on this country that has, I don't know, 3 million people. And and I know 100%, if I rape him, it will stop that bombing from happening.
I think that you just interjected rape there when there's no need to rape. You can
we
kill
grape?
him.
I'm
we
putting
grape
out,
because of John Richard?
I'm putting out
You could
a
delete
scenario
him in
between
Minecraft.
good and evil
That would
and
be
right
probably
and
more
wrong.
efficient.
No, I am trying
You
to
don't
get you guys to
sodomize him though, right?
understand
There's
the
another
difference.
solution.
I'm trying to get you guys to understand the difference between good and evil and right and wrong. If
But
I
it was a
rape
bad
this
example,
man,
respectfully. It was a bad example, respectfully. You wouldn't have to sodomize someone to,
okay, well,
accomplish your
what do
objective.
you want? What do you want me to do? Okay, I
Well,
will do one of those seven things that he
apprehend the
said.
subject.
I get his example because you don't have to do
Because we
that.
need to go extreme. We need to go extreme in order to make it clear where the line is cut between good and evil and right and wrong. If I rape this man and it stops the bombing of 3 million people, with what is good and evil and what is right and wrong?
I personally think that works if you take enough steps. Because as Dick said, you could tackle him and you could hold him down and you could, at least.
No.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
It's black and white.
Let me finish. Right? So you could delay the bombing. But I'm the kind of person that would think the 5 steps further forward and thinking, okay, if I graped this guy, it might have a longer lasting effect, and he might go, wow, something terrible happened to me. I don't like terrible things happening to me. Maybe I won't do terrible things to others. Then maybe a good graping is the best solution.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. Now you brought another little nuance in there that it would stop future.
Okay, but
admit,
here's the thing.
My example was terrible, but
It was.
You guys do see the difference between good and evil and right and wrong, right?
Well, I understand your point, but Crystal wanted to say something.
I'm going to say no, but I'll let Crystal go.
So what you're saying, Garibert, is to use violence to prevent more violence. I don't.
Yeah. So is it moral? Is that moral? Because that's what we're talking about is morality. Is it moral to use violence to prevent more violence?
Yes.
And okay. And if that's the answer, then is that the good answer or is that the evil answer? Good and evil
good answer
versus right and wrong.
If I could just speak for a minute, personally speaking, just my opinion, I don't think that being violent, regardless of this situation, unless you're just defending yourself, I don't think violence, 2 wrongs don't make a right. And I agree with everything you're saying down there in the chat, Sophia, and I apologize. I can't type in the chat. I'm so sorry.
We were talking in a sandbox, though. This was just a sandbox scenario to make people think. So respond
if I was in the
about the sandbox.
I wonder what AI would say about this.
I would try to find another way besides violence to accomplish it. That's all I'm saying. And hello, OTW and Dick. Good to have you here.
Right, but would you refrain from violence if violence was the only option? Meaning you're kidnapped with child and you see there's a knife somewhere in a reachable vicinity and you could either make a run for it or imminent death is upon you because these people are not fucking around. They're going to chop you up and put you into bits the
at,
river.
at that point, it is not violence; it is self-defense. Violence is the initiation. Self-defense
It's still violence
is
too,
the
though. Come on.
application of force. I mean, you can use violent action, sure, but it's using force to repel the violence.
Yeah, that is self-defense to me as well, Dick.
But it's also violent. I mean, it
I
doesn't
also
negate
think
one or the
that-
other. Now it becomes both. It's both violent and self-defense.
I
If you have to
also
take a
think
knife
that-
and then chop someone up, that's violent.
I also think that we have discovered, because we've got a good 2,000 years of written history, we've discovered that violence is 99.9% of the time not the best solution for a long-term solution to any problem.
Yeah, but we still do it and support it.
That's because we're
as
petty.
a collective.
That's because we're petty, short-sighted, greedy, group influenced. You know, I mean, we humans, we've got a lot of shortcomings and God bless us, all of us have these shortcomings. Yet most of us manage to get through the day without being violent to anybody. And I think that that is a great achievement that humanity has managed to conjure, because we know for a fact there was a point in history where there were 15 women to every single male, because their only solution to any problem was violence. We literally almost wiped our own species out. I think we've learned that, like I said, violence really, we all need to. Why aren't they teaching this in school? That any solution has to have 5 steps, no matter what the problem is.
Can I comment on what you just said about that time period? Because it was about 5,000 years ago and was just basically this religious expansion by a group called the Yamnaya into Europe. That's where that genetic bottleneck comes from. And it was brought about by violence, but it was brought about by a violent people who believed in false thoughts, that they thought that other people owed them their land. And this is pretty much the root cause of violence. It's beliefs that other people owe you something and then acting on your beliefs to take it.
Can I just say something real quick?
No one's stopping you.
I posed the question that I posed, and I gave the terrible example that I gave, and it generated this huge amount of conversation about the way the outcome should be.
That's
And I just wanna
fantastic, man.
say
You want a hero biscuit or something?
No, calm down. That just proves the point that morality is subjective because we all view it in a different way.
No, it's objective because it relies on the destruction or the forceful merging of subjective experiences. That is what is objective about it. The destruction of the subjective experience is objective, and that's what morality centers on.
Morality is a
So-
subjective construct created by humans.
So if you get deleted in Minecraft, what is
I think
subjective about
that
that?
I think that when we look at toddlers that are, you know, between the ages of 0 and 3, I think that we can see and observe that they are able to do harm to another toddler or another person until we instill that and teach that within them, and that's taught. Okay, so how the fuck is that objective at all if we have to teach toddlers not to kill?
Well, you know what's funny, because
I mean,
I've
that
seen
sounds
in
like
some.
isolated
Hold on a
things.
second.
You could go on the internet and you could find hundreds of videos of toddlers doing harm to other toddlers because they don't know that it's right or wrong.
Right, but like I was going to say, I've seen in social experiments where they've put a children in a room with some animals, farm animals and stuff like that, and instinctively they would want to go play with these animals, right, and not harm them. So I believe that somewhere that would show.
I'm not saying.
that-
I'm not saying.
that-
Okay,
that
I'm not
goes
saying
in-
I'm definitively right, but I've observed toddlers acting in an evil way against other toddlers because they don't know any different.
Okay, so what makes it evil though?
Intent, loss, injury, harm. If you're causing loss, injury, or harm to another sentient being, then you are you're violating the laws of this place.
Okay, so how's that subjective?
That's objective. Well,
okay, well, I thought you were just saying that that was subjective.
okay. I'm the person saying it's objective. So
I think I found the solution. If we just take the dictionaries of all the world's languages and all of that, and we cross out both of those words, both the word objective and
just
subjective,
look at intent and just look at intent.
we have found a solution to a problem that never really existed.
Right.
No,
It's
because
I agree with
once
Austin.
Once you do that, then you take your reality and you base what you do based on your experience. And again, I'll go back to the Nazis and the IDF right now. They are doing what they think or did what they think was right.
And I think once again, I think the Nazis were doing what they thought was most convenient. Because when the odd Nazi found one of their relatives in the concentration camp, they didn't think it was a good idea.
They thought they were building a better world. They thought they were building the most best.
Right. What was the originating factor that made that's what they wanted to do
right now?
It was because they were in survival
Gaza.
mode. Their economy had completely crashed. They were literally lining up behind trucks for food and stuff. And that's when
I think it's the feeling of knowing that you're doing harm to another being.
No,
there's a feeling that comes with doing harm to another being.
The IDF knows they're doing harm to the people, to the Palestinians, and they continue to do it. It doesn't make it moral.
Well, and if they're justified in their mind to do it, one man might say
in their mind, that means it's subjective. Because
you're right. In that sense, it is, because if he says I'm depopulating and that's healthy for his allegiance might be to nature, yours might be to your fellow man, and both say they're right and arm wrestle over it, and neither are going to move off their square. If absolutely.
We're talking objective, we're talking about absolute universal truths that cannot be.
Well, and here's so there's duality in this realm, like everything, and then this is what makes it objective. Is that everyone has a sense, at least that's human, that speaks on this level of spirituality, an objective view of consciousness, that they're bound to morality, that they have to do what is right in their own heart. It's a sense of knowingness that I'm accountable to my actions.
If it's right in your own heart, then that makes it
subjective. And then if not, then what?
If it's right in your own heart,
it's between you and God, so it's objective in that sense. It's like it's God, the eternal conscience that binds you, and another man has the sense of frequency, right? So he can know if you're lying to yourself too. He can feel the frequency that you in truth know what you're saying, right? That in fact you have a sense of morality. You have to do what's good, right, and true. And even if you argue with another man on it, do you have to?
Wait, hold on.
And I have some. Hold on a second. Wait. I want to chime in here.
I have a sense
do you have to? Do you have to? Because based off the system and the rules and
You don't have to. It was yeah. You could do whatever you want to. You can ignore that.
Look, I have somebody who
obviously
commented on my
proves
side, said people
it's
who
subjective.
think war is normal are easy to control, and people who think cops have authority over them are also easy to control. So it's basically about mind control, not really
It's
about.
like I said about it's like I said about the billionaires. We are responsible for the fact that BlackRock owns almost everything there is to own. We are responsible because there are 8 billion of us and we refuse to do anything about it.
Hold on.
I
Let's go
think
back.
He's not
I
wrong.
think-
He's not
yeah,
wrong.
Yeah.
Let's.
He's not wrong.
Let's go
You're
back
talking
to.
about we accept the reality with which we're given. Yeah, but
That's a corporate reality that we can't get around.
You
but we're
you put
talking
me in a
bigger
room with
picture here.
Mr. BlackRock and Mr. BlackRock will
No.
find out exactly what I think about him.
Don't
You know?
put me in a room with him
Exactly.
because he won't come out.
Let me frame it this way, right? Every human is given a sense of what is right from the creator, whether they want to listen to that or not. And in a subjective sense, reality is going to play out in a multitude of ways. You may find a way to justify lying where you can sleep well at night and you know you're right with quote God or whatever. So
Yeah,
that's
it is.
not where you're bound. What you're bound to is your conscience, which
Yourself.
does steer you.
You're bound to yourself.
So the
Yes,
IDF.
absolutely.
So the IDF that
Connected to
they
God,
are
everything.
totally in their right to kill all of the Palestinians and take back the land that they believe is theirs. They're in their right. That's moral, right? That's what you're saying. That's what you just described.
Because they have a birthright to the land, they believe that they should defend it to death. Right?
Say
and then
it.
there's
So
another
they're-
people
so
that have a
say it.
different.
So
Well,
they're
I mean,
moral,
there's
they're
alternatives
moral,
to
they're
genocide,
they're
right?
in
There's
their right.
there's
They can do what they want to do. They can kill all those people and do whatever they want to do. Bomb hospitals, bomb ambulances, bomb schools, and that
Right, and
is
people can lie
moral,
too.
right?
People
That's
can lie
moral.
too.
So
blow a load,
you're saying that's subjective because we can kill people that are objectively doing wrong, loss, injury, or harm, and we can kill those people, and that makes it right because.
So hold on.
So
Hold
we
on.
can
So those-
objectively see
those-
within
those-
us.
Those
Yeah.
children were objectively doing something wrong. Those people in the hospital were objectively doing something wrong. I think you guys need to go and define objective
I
because
think you need to not tell people what to think and need to do. I think that
So,
that's
well,
where
then
you're.
you
That's
can
where
try
you're.
to
That's
understand
that's
perspective.
going to be
Those
your first
children-
wrong step.
those
That's going to be your
children that
first.
are being bombed.
Try to
I don't think you
understand
need to tell us
perspective.
what to do because you don't have
I
the
actually
answer right now.
understand what he's saying, and he thinks we don't have the perspective to grasp what he's saying. We get it. You should
No,
try
no,
to
no.
understand a different perspective.
Yes.
I'm just trying to make sure that we're all talking on the same standard.
No, what you're doing right now is you're fucking playing. No, I'm not falling for that shit. You're playing little bullshit word games.
Lovely,
No, I'm not. I'm literally
No, I'm
bringing
not.
out
No,
exactly
I'm not.
what
Yeah,
you guys are
that
saying.
shit doesn't get by me.
behave yourself,
Morality
Austin.
All
is
right, I'll
based
relax.
in what
I'll
you
relax.
believe. And if you believe you're right, then you believe you're moral. And that is the discussion that we're having today. And morality is subjective. You can make yourself believe you are moral and do whatever you want once you believe you are within morality's rights.
You're running us in a circle. It's not working with me.
No,
I don't know
the
about
last
anyone
part
else,
is where
but-
you were flawed. Actually,
Yeah,
You can't do
I
that.
agree
The
that-
very last part.
Yeah, same.
You said a lot of stuff that made sense until the last line. Like you can't just sit there and disobey what you intuitively know is correct and think that it's going to work out well for you or that it's okay and your mind's going to be okay. Your psychology is going to be all fucked up.
I absolutely hope that the IDF soldiers are not feeling okay with what they're doing, but I do fully believe that when they're doing it and carrying out these atrocities, they believe what they're doing is right. But that doesn't make it moral, which goes back to morality is subjective, because the rest of us look at what they're doing and say that's wrong, but as they do it, they say this is right, which means it's not an objective truth.
I think they're saying it's better than the alternative, but the alternative that both sides has made up isn't the truth, because we can categorically prove that they're not going to wipe each other out. They're just never going to do it. So, and that's the only solution to these two groups of people's problem. I have a better solution. Let's get rid of Abrahamic religions and then see how they feel about the subject.
Okay, let's take a step back. Let's take a breath. And can we all agree that people carry out actions believing what they're doing is the right thing, it's the moral thing, and it's what should be done, right? Which means
that's why people say the road to hell is paved in good
subjective,
intention.
because the rest of society and humanity might not agree, which means morality is not objective, it is subjective, which is the point of this conversation.
I have to say this before I have to go. I think we've gotten to a point where we have to agree on definitions of words. We have to agree on definitions of words, because if we're not going to agree on definitions of sounds, then we're not going to get anywhere.
I think that's a fair call, Austin. Guys, I want to welcome a few of the newbies here to tonight's show. We've got Dark Light Delirium, hasn't been able to say much, and Chickpea. Now, we're going to Chickpea first, because I think Dark Light Delirium has something that might have a bit more of a bite to it.
The silence
But
makes
Chickpea,
me
you said it's very simple.
scared.
It's
Can you
very,
guys
very
still
simple.
hear
Would
me?
you like to say
Going to
why it's so
refresh?
simple? You said that in the private chat. Go ahead.
Well, it's very, very simple. These people all profess to be Christian believers, so they should listen to what Jesus had to say. And Jesus made it very simple. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So you don't kill, you don't steal, you don't tell lies. It's very simple.
See that no, it isn't that simple, because then you have people who are masochists, all right? That
Masochists. You mean masochists?
Masochists, yeah. Sorry, pardon my French. So you have these people who actually do harm to themselves. So they would be. It would be easy for them to do harm onto others. If you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, well,
if we're following what you're saying right now, it would be completely ridiculous.
I thought you're supposed to be Christians, or you.
I'm not Christian. Well, I'm not the type of Christian that you know.
I thought we'd established that the answer is not to be Christian, and that would solve all the problems.
All right.
I think that is a good assessment.
Coming into a conversation,
But, if you're going to take what an
coming
idiot
into a
masochist
conversation
has
with
to
a
say,
preconceived notion about everyone is good. It's
you
only going to hurt you.
Listen to masochists.
Nobody, I'm not. Okay, nobody
like
here
to
is saying,
talk.
"Hey, we're all Christians." I don't know what you're talking about.
So
right
you
now.
take what a man who likes to be flogged has to say. You take that as gospel. No, you say
Jesus had to think
You're one of those people that wants to fight just to fight.
And you got flocked despite doing the right thing.
I don't think you can come to a common
Well, I
ground.
don't
Okay,
listen to what masochists
I'll let you
have
go.
to say. I'm not going to listen to some bloke who likes to have his willy bloody well put in some metal
You
thing.
do though. You're operating from ego right
PW.
now. You're operating from a place of I know and nobody else knows but me.
Well, you don't know.
That's where
You
you're
don't listen
operating.
to what a
You're
masochist
not
has to
opening
say.
your ears. You're not open to new
My
ideas.
example is perfectly founded there. It was to demonstrate that the phrasing is badly interpreted, right? Do unto others what you have them do unto you. It's not a good interpretation of that.
Really?
Really.
How so?
Well,
So
the
Jesus
example I just
was
gave you
Yeah,
is a perfect
yeah.
example, right? Someone who
Jesus
mutilates
was wrong.
themselves.
Jesus was wrong as
Yeah, well, you
many
know, if you're
times
gonna
as there are
listen to-
Like
pages in the
sometimes I
Bible.
masturbate. Should I masturbate others for them since I do that for myself? Or is that all right if
Well,
I
you know what? If you're going to
start
listen to
masturbating
somebody
everybody?
who's so sad he has to masturbate, you always listen to people.
And
who
it's even
masturbate.
simpler than that. The Palestinian guy says, the Jewish guy would kill my son, so I'm going to kill his. I'm doing exactly unto him as he would do unto me.
Right.
Jesus was chatting rubbish.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's not like Jesus chatting
that is
interesting.
a flawed. It's a
Yeah,
flawed.
so Jesus, the supposed Son of God, was talking rubbish. Okay, well, fair enough.
It wasn't rubbish, but you can look at
I'm
it from a
the Son
different
of God,
perspective.
and I'm telling you he was talking rubbish.
Oh, you're the Son of God, are you? Oh, right. Oh, you're the Son of God.
Are you not a daughter of God?
No, of course not.
Then Jesus
be
was
a
wrong.
What I hear is that under ideal circumstances, treat people the way you want to be treated.
How can you be the Son of God?
Because Adam and Eve were the children of God, and we all come from Adam and Eve, so we are the children of God.
You think so?
Richard,
Children of God. Jesus wept.
I believe
if
that
you don't kill me, if you don't kill me, I don't kill you. If you're not
that
causing loss,
particular
injury,
scripture,
harm.
I believe, should be interpreted in the sense of,
I got to get off this phone
don't
call.
do things to others because there's a good chance that whatever you did to them can come back onto you, right?
Yes, well, he
I believe
just do
that's-
unto us. It's a very, very simple sentence. It's what it says in the Bible, okay? And I know the New Testament better than you do.
I don't think so.
I think I do.
I really don't think so.
Really? And what exams have you passed in?
You're
have
gonna
no
have a
idea how
really
much I
bad
know the
ride
New
if you go
Testament.
down this road with me, Chickpea. I'm telling you, I'm
Right.
gonna.
My New
Oh,
Testament
really?
brain's
I
super
might,
swollen.
you know, you might go home tonight crying,
doing New
thinking that
Testament
you know
reps.
you were all fucked
No,
up about what you believe
Take
about
a
the
bit more
Bible.
than a stupid man like you to make me cry. I can tell you.
Okay.
No, it has nothing to do with stupidity. It has everything to do with common sense and people believing fucking fairy tales and fantasies, right?
Well,
And
you
I
know,
believe that you
right,
might
so-
be one of those.
No, I'm saying what is written, right? I'm just saying what's written.
Right. So if you believe what is
Right, guys,
written literally, then you
we're gonna
might just be
sidestep
one of the
this,
lost, you know, sheep.
Right, you know, if we all
Everybody
treated
shut
each
up.
other how we
Everybody
want to be
shut
treated,
up.
there'd be
Let
no
Dean
trouble in
Debbie
we're
the
going to
world.
sidestep
Stupid,
this. We're going to
stinky,
sidestep this for
man.
now, guys, and we're going to move on to Dark Light Delirium. He said something interesting. He said, "Good and evil don't exist." Is that what you said, Dark Light Delirium?
exactly.
Would you?
Yeah, oh,
You've
fuck
been
yeah.
on it
I'm
before.
gonna
Welcome
make a
back,
cup of
Dark
tea.
Light. Unmute yourself, please, and please give us your thoughts on matters. You've been listening very patiently there, and I would like to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I don't like to interject and talk over people, so I'll just wait my turn. But followers of Abraham are a blood cult of sin worshippers. Yahweh, Jesus, and Allah are desert war gods of hypocrisy, not the actual one true creator. I do not believe in evil. There's no such thing as evil. I will consent to bad, but bad is subjective. Evil requires for objective morality to be valid, which it is not. I am an extreme subjectivist. I even say that there's no such thing as objective truth or objective reality. Every single thing which is dependent upon a subjective perception is inherently relative to that perception. So all truth, all morality, everything that we perceive and call
is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, it's all subjective. I'm an extreme subjectivist. And you guys wrote me in when you were talking about graping a guy to save millions of people. I don't know what was going on there, but that's what wrote me into this conversation here. So that's just a couple little things I had to add right there. But so as far as Chickpea's statement, we are all sons and daughters of the one true creator. I do believe in a construct of the one true creator, but not the Abrahamic propositions.
I gotta be back.
I like
I'll
this
be back.
guy,
I'll be
Dark
back.
Light Delirium. Yeah, come and check my channel out, man. OTW Live.
Thank you, Austin.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys. And
I like the way you
don't know
think.
how long you're gonna be live, but I just had some family member come over, so I gotta let you guys
Austin,
go.
you're looking well. You've been here before. You told us about your sobriety and your onward journey there. I wish you all the best with it. You're looking well, mate. Good luck. to you.
I agree with Dark
He's just
Life. If we
frozen.
take enough
don't.
steps, if
Do
we
you believe
take
in
enough
Santa
steps
Claus?
away from our petty little lives and look at the universe as a whole, the universe is on a journey, and we are only a very, very tiny part of that journey.
See, I disagree with that.
So
I like better the idea that we are actually the center of the universe, right? We are the center of creation.
Don't overestimate yourselves.
Is it okay? So you're saying that everything, even your observation of reality, is subjective. So I would ask you: is it objective that you have to experience to perceive reality, or for reality to be?
the one thing that I've learned from this entire conversation is the notions of objective and subjective are beyond me.
Okay, well, that's a admission of sorts.
Well, it's not that hard to
It's good that
define,
you
right?
can admit that.
No, but I mean, if that's what we need for him to carry on the conversation with us, then maybe we should just define using, I guess, modern day dictionary.
Objective's universal. Subjective is
personal.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
They're two sides of the same coin.
No, they're not. They're absolute opposites.
But there are some. So if everything was subjective, then that would mean even the idea of perception is subjective, or even the idea of subjective is subjective. So then there could be things that are not subjective because it is subjective. So that could, there could be an objective interpretation of reality.
There could be
I think really
taking a side.
I think a really smart philosopher way back in history got himself some of the wacky backy, and he sat there with his mates, and they came up with those two words just so that they knew that 1,000 years in the future it would confuse the living hell out of people.
It's just based off observation, right?
It's
Something
really
you
not
look at.
confusing. One objective is an absolute truth that cannot be changed. Think of it like this. A square has 4 sides.
Oh, for
Now,
goodness sake, talking
Now
about bloody
take a
squares.
square and change the angles so it's not 90, 90, 90. That's a
You
rhombus.
American men really are quite thick, aren't you?
Chickpea,
like I
give me a
just said to
sec.
Dark Light, I
This is
think
Jimmy
that if we,
darling.
I think if we take any problem and we zoom out far enough, that square, will become a straight line if we turn it one way, and it will become a cube if we turn it another way. And as we move further and further away from that subject, its form will change. Because
but
if we're
Speckman, there's a
if we
difference
are the
between-
center of the universe, how comes we have such little understanding of it?
Yeah, but that's perception. I could say even on a physics level, like if you look into a Horus cycle, a straight line ends up looping. So it's even proven by physics that
Guys, we have objective ethics here. There's a man that's interested in the topics you've been discussing.
Yes.
So it's good to have him here for that reason. OE, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
A little muffled.
That's the
Background noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at work right now. I'm actually in my office trying to help somebody. Here you go, sister. Here's a couple of these markers. Let's take one at a time, so save it for the other employees. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Sponsor?
Tell
them
the difference between
okay. Sorry, guys. I'm running the show here. Yeah. So really quick. Now, there's some fundamental issues with Dark Light's extreme subjectivism, but I didn't come here to trash on the brother because I really like him, and he's got a very, very interesting epistemology. I would encourage you guys to check out his work. He's still developing it, but I do personally see some problems with it. But I'll just give an alternative perspective and let you guys decide in the court of public opinion. The working definitions for objective are going to be mind independent or stance independent or based on true facts. Now, obviously, Dark-Light's going to reject both of those instances because of his own epistemology, but that's his presupposition. Whereas I'm just looking at the definitions right now as they stand. So to get to the objective moral claim, right, what you're looking for is you have to understand whether you're talking about ontology, epistemology, or teleology. Okay, so the ontology of morality is objective because it's based in nature and evolution. This all comes down to our social contract. We're a social species, so our ought-nots and our oughts and ought-nots are based on this social contract ultimately, right? Well-being, flourishing, things like that. That's guided by evolution, which is mind-independent. To epistemically get from the ontology to the teleology, which is going to be goal-oriented, you can have true facts, which are also objective. Those true facts only obtain once you have selected a particular goal. When we're talking about morality, we're talking specifically about what we ought to do or ought not do. And a lot of times people stop at the ought and forget to add the do, because ought is a goal, could be goal-oriented, or it could be a goal itself. Do is specifically an action. So take any goal you want as an example, right? So if we subjectively say the goal is to capture the king in a game of chess, then there are true facts about how you can go about accomplishing that goal, which is why we can teach a computer to play the game of chess, for example. If the goal is to win a race, it's objectively true that the guy who runs the fastest is going to win that race, right? So if the goal is now part of this social contract, what we ought to do or ought not do, then we could say, well, if I want cooperation as part of the social contract, I ought not steal from people, so on and so forth. So that's how you can obtain objective morals for through epistemology to teleology, right? But you got to figure out whether you're talking about ontology or teleology, and then epistemically get there. The reason subjective morality fails on many levels is because it ignores all of this process, and it conflates ontology and a teleology. It also assumes that morality is a goal, which it's not. It's an action, because they forget to add the do. They're thinking oughts. They forget ought do or ought not do.
What you're saying is that essentially this reality has these baseline rules, right, of conduct.
The rules are determined by the laws of physics, right? So the rules of conduct are based on the goal. Whether you choose to select the goal is a different story. Now, then we can get into the conversation of why would a person choose to cooperate, right? That becomes the next question. Who says we should cooperate, right? Who said we should care about this quote-unquote social contract? How we justify that is when we talk about what's called the normative.
On it.
We're talking. What's that, brother?
He calls bullshit on it. Because he calls bullshit on it. Like your analogy, they're running a race. Well, there's unknown variables. I don't know what's going to happen. There could be a fucking bomb that kills everybody in front of me, and by running a little slower, now I won the race. I don't know. If the race is to get away from a lion, and I didn't realize there was another lion over the other hillside that's going to take out the people in front of me. So it's all about.
I would like to say we never got a satellite in space by a series of random coincidences.
You're right. I think we never got a satellite in space at all.
Hold on. You guys are offering a lot of random parts of this conversation. I'm trying to address the one at a time here. So as far as if a lion jumps out of the woods and eats the runner, then it's objectively true that he's no longer running faster than everybody else. So the objective facts always obtain. You can introduce new objective facts.
You can always make an example that
it literally does. No, you're not. All you're doing is just pointing out new objective facts. You're not saying there are no objective facts. You're just pointing out new objective facts.
I'm saying there's always unknowns. So no. Let me say what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's always unknown variables that make it subjective. That's precisely why it's not objective. That's why you can't say it definitively.
Those variables are not subjective.
That's why you cannot say it definitively, because there are unknown variables that would make it subjective.
Those unknown variables are not subjective. Those are also objective. Those unknown variables are true facts you're talking about. If a lion jumps out of the woods and eats a runner, that's a true fact.
Lying is bad. You can't say that lying is objectively bad, because there's unknown variables that make it not objectively bad. There are times that it would be objectively.
No. See, that's another confusion. That's a different conversation, but that's another confusion people have. It's often referenced in what's called it's often referenced in what's called the trolley problem. Are you familiar with the trolley problem?
I'm familiar with this kind of rhetoric. I know this kind of nonsense. It's like I don't have my intuition knows more than whatever book you read that gave you some kind of authoritative status where now you're going to stand on it and try to tell me something's absolute that's not. Like I know intuitively because I've experienced in my own life things that people told me were absolute and I had to do the opposite. And it's just obvious, you know. You do what's right.
Right. So there's a moral equivalence, right? You understand the moral equivalence, like in the trolley problem.
Sure.
So I assume that you do know the trolley problem. Right. So you can say without a contradiction that two things can both be bad. You choose one because it's the lesser of two quote unquote evils. That doesn't mean it's good. It just means it's not as bad as the other thing. So it is not like moral for Anne Frank to lie to save the Jews in her attic, but it is less immoral to lie than it is to turn them over to where they'll be killed. You don't run into a logical contradiction.
What's funny is I make the argument for objective, and yet your argument's so weak that I have to take the subjective standpoint. I have to take that position right now because that's just how ridiculous it is.
But you haven't refuted it yet. You've made a lot of claims, but you haven't refuted it yet. You've tried to sidestep objectivity altogether by saying I can introduce a new objective fact.
Two opposite sides of the same coin.
That's precisely why it's not. If it
was
objective, then a new fact would change the legitimacy of the claim.
Yes, absolutely could. Yeah, let me give you an example, brother. So it's objectively true that the Earth is circling the sun right now. If a massive star came crashing through space, let's just say, forget physics and everything else. Let's just say for the sake of argument, a massive star came crashing through space, hit the sun and knocked it out of orbit. That does not mean it was never objectively true that the sun was orbiting, or the Earth was orbiting the sun. The new variable is also an objective fact that then applies to the situation, but it doesn't necessarily change any goals.
Yeah, totally
the goals can be the same. Whether or not you can obtain the goal is affected.
And that brings me
now
back
we're
to
also
Newton's
considering
law.
time. In one moment, something could have been true versus in another, it could have not. I mean, come on.
No. You're trying to say that there could be both P not P situation. That's not true. You can have something be true, and then the situation changes, and because everything is temporal, it is no longer true because of new variables. But it cannot be both true and not true at the same time. That's P not P. You cannot demonstrate that.
Right. That's not an argument for what we were talking about. That's a totally different argument.
It actually is, because you're saying that you can introduce a new variable, and then that makes the old variable
wrong.
no longer
you want to have
true.
that
That's
argument, you're
new
actually
variables.
wrong on that too, because now this goes back to perception. You can only perceive a small fraction of what's actually happening, so you don't know what you're not perceiving. It's again unknown variables.
Your
How many
knowledge of it
fucking
has no
things
bearing on it.
do you not
Your knowledge
perceive
of it has no
with your
bearing.
carnal eyes that science and physics tells you apparently is happening right in front of you, and you can't even perceive it?
That has no bearing on the
No,
conversation whatsoever. So everybody perceives
GTW, you said that we were the center of the universe.
Brother, their
GTW,
perception.
said
Everybody
we're the
perception
center
at
of
one
the
time.
universe.
Hold on.
Gentlemen, one at
Robin,
a
you're not
time.
helping. Brother,
It's easy to
everyone's perception at one point in time.
The objective
Everyone's
is
perception
what
at one
you
point in
can't
time
change.
was that the Earth was flat, right? Everyone's perception at one point in time in history was that the Earth was flat. They were all wrong.
There are
People's
some
perception
today that
changes,
still perceive that
right?
same thing.
And they are still wrong. Right, and they're still wrong. This
Based
perception of
on
something
what?
does not affect the objective
Wait a minute.
truth.
They're wrong. Based on what?
Based on the laws of physics and the shape of the actual shape of the Earth,
The
which is
laws
oddly
of
sterling.
physics. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, that determines the shape of the Earth. Are you not aware of this?
Look, I think this
Are you a flat
conversation is
earther?
gonna well, not flat earther, but I don't believe in the globe narrative either.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that would explain this whole conversation why it's off the rails. Yeah. Okay.
What do you mean?
That's fine.
I barely
You're welcome
chimed
to
in
believe
until
whatever you
now
want.
when you started spewing out pseudoscience. You know,
That the Earth is not. That the Earth is a globe. That's pseudoscience.
yes, sir.
Holy fuck.
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, brother. Well, I don't know. There's not much I can do to help you, brother. You need to talk to an actual physicist and they can break it down for you. You know, there's experiments you can do
Common
by
sense
yourself. to figure
dictates
that out,
that
right?
you know, believing in shit
No,
that
no,
are
your
millions
common
of
sense-
miles away, and observably, physically, you can can absolutely determine that all of those antics and pseudoscience, it's all false. It's all some sort of narrative to brainwash you and control you and have you believe
All right. Well, if
that
you
there
want
are
to believe that,
aliens and shit.
that's your right to do it, brother. you want to believe that? If it makes you feel better to believe in that kind of stuff, no problem.
But I could say the same
helps
thing
out.
to you. I could say, oh well, if it makes you feel better to believe
Yeah,
that
but I
you're
can-
living on a
that's actual
spinning
evidence,
ball
empirical evidence.
on
I'm
it's
citing
going
empirical evidence.
thousands of
You're
miles
citing
an hour
intuition.
when
That's the
we're
difference. That's why
when we
my
don't
argument seems so
experience
much
that,
stronger.
we don't feel any of that, right? We don't feel the G-forces of a spinning ball going 1,000 miles an hour, spinning 65,000 miles an hour around the sun, and the sun traveling in space.
Yeah,
at
you don't
another.
understand the laws of motion and relativity. I get it. You don't get
No,
science.
no,
I
no,
get
no,
it. You don't know
no.
physics. That's
Right.
not. That's
so
fine.
that exactly. So you're just a bunch of fucking theories that you're throwing at me, which is, and none of it is proven to be true. It's all just a bunch of speculation and fucking.
It's all been demonstrated.
Some
It's all been
weird.
demonstrated.
No.
I
It's
advise
not
you to talk to a
you're not going to lie to
physicist
me
who
and
can
tell me
explain it really
that
simply.
these things are demonstrable,
Okay.
observable, and repeatable. That is a lie. Right? There have been experiments,
Okay.
multiple
Like I
experiments
said, you
that have
can
been
believe
done
whatever you want, brother. You can
proving
believe
that
whatever you
the
want.
globe
Whatever makes
model
you
is
happy.
false. The narrative that we've been fed
Whatever
are
gets you
lies.
through the day, thinking you're. It's a good thing you don't fly off the earth because it's flat. If that makes you feel better, sleep better at night, brother. More power to you.
You're making fun of the situation,
you're
but the
not
reality of
smart
it.
enough to
Yeah,
understand.
I am being condescending because I think that's so
Well,
ridiculous. It's beyond even me taking
No,
seriously.
well, it's
That's how
because you
stupid I
haven't
think it is.
actually
I'm not
taken
trying to
the
be rude
time
to
to
you, but
look
really,
into the
literally, like,
topic and maybe actually do
I
some
have
real
looked into it,
research. No,
That's
you
why I
just
know
want to
better.
stick your
I
book.
also did my own.
You want to
You can
stick
do
your
your own
nose
experiment.
into
You
NASA
can do
book,
your own
which are the
experiments to
ones
determine
that
the
are
curvature of the Earth.
feeding
You can
you the
actually do it
knowledge that you
yourself.
think you have.
You can put the work in.
It's completely
You can put
ridiculous
the work
and
in and actually figure it
absolutely
out for yourself.
mind-blowing
You don't even have to rely
how
on
indoctrinated
scientists.
you are, and there's no
Cody,
way to
brother,
actually have the conversation with you.
Yeah.
you're going.
No, there's no way. You're right. I won't waste my time talking about flat Earth. That's so
No,
stupid. I wouldn't
you're
waste
going
any time on it.
you're going too small with these guys. Objective is the
Gentlemen.
truths that exist outside of how we feel. Objective are the truths
Can we have
that
a quick
exist in
round
this universe,
table
no matter
a
what
vote on who
happens.
thinks
It
the
doesn't
Earth
matter
is a
what we
globe
believe,
and who
what
thinks
we
the Earth
think,
is
how
flat?
we
I think it's a
feel.
globe myself.
Objective
I want to
is
hear
the
what other people think,
truths
just out of
that
interest. These guys.
remain whether we exist or not. Does a
Gerber.
square have four sides? Change those angles. Does it
I
still
think
have four
it's
sides?
square.
Yeah, that's still a square.
Square. The
Those
Bible
are
says
objective
four corners of the
truths.
earth.
A triangle
must be
has three
square.
sides. Those
Square.
are objective truths.
Speaking
Those
to
are
you.
the type
Yeah,
of
you're right. Those are the
things
stance
that
independence
exist,
that I talked about.
the
Yeah.
absolute things that exist, whether we exist and believe it or not. That is
Right. Those are
absolute.
stance independent. Yeah, those
No.
are stance independent. As I mentioned at the beginning. Yeah, they're stance independent.
Absolute truths exist whether we exist or not. We
That's
are
right.
only observing absolute truths.
Yes, because they're stance independent.
See now why Trump is president.
Everything else that exists is subjective. If there is something that exists and will exist the exact same way, whether we exist or not, that is an absolute truth.
No, permanence. Because I think you're making a temporal, a claim for infinity or something like this, some kind of infinite truth or something that don't change with variables. And we know that variables will change the objective truth. Like I just mentioned with the Earth circling the sun. Eventually, the sun will expand once it burns up all the helium and nitrogen, right? It will expand and it will engulf the Earth. The Earth will no longer be orbiting the sun because it'll be swallowed up by the sun. So that new variable changes the new objective truth.
Right off the bat, no, but listen, this is how ridiculous that sounds. Okay, you're telling me that there, fire in my experience.
You didn't state an
Hey,
absolute
hold on,
truth
Gerbert.
about
Fire,
one
in my
circle, one
experience,
sphere
needs
orbiting another
oxygen
sphere.
to burn.
You just
right?
said one sphere orbiting another sphere will
There's
change.
no
You
oxygen
didn't
in
state an
space.
absolute
How is
truth.
there a burning
I'm
ball
talking
in
about
space? Explain
things
that to me.
that will always be true.
Apparently there is oxygen in space.
There is, but there's also a nuclear reaction you're talking about. You're not talking about fire in the sense that you're thinking of here on Earth, where fire burns from oxygen, consumption of oxygen. And there is actually oxygen in space, but that's irrelevant because you're talking about a nuclear reaction.
No, I'm not.
It's a whole different concept. It produces an electromagnetic energy, one of the four fundamental forces. It produces an electromagnetic energy, not a fire, quote unquote.
The electromagnetic energy that you say is not coming from the sun. It comes from planet Earth.
Electromagnetic energy. That is,
oh my God,
is an absolute truth. That will exist without us even observing it. It will be around.
I would argue that. I think that's a false dichotomy right there.
I gotta help one of my employees, you guys. I'll be listening.
If you cease to exist, then whatever it is that was there is going to cease to exist along with you.
But you guys seem to not understand the difference between objective and subjective.
There is a poll there, guys.
Objective, whether we exist or not, whether we view it or we don't. Objective truths
that's true.
Are constant, absolute.
There is a poll,
forever.
guys. Is the Earth a globe?
That's
Press
what
1 for yes,
is.
2 for no. In chat.
I can't find your poll.
The poll is on the screen, Sophia. You type 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Don't confuse them, Grumps. They're not very bright.
And you have to only type the numbers, nothing else. Nothing else. Just type 1 or 2. If you type more than that, it won't count in the poll.
They don't know what to do. They don't even know. Poor little.
But the gentleman just now said that we are the center of the universe, but he failed to explain to us how he came to the vast knowledge of understanding why that is exactly.
God told me.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
If the language of God...
Hold on, guys. Bust more nuts. Ricardo, do you really believe the Earth is not flat? Are you being genuine in your answer there? Please be genuine, guys.
I said 1-ish.
Crystal, do come back. Sorry, darling. If you want us to talk, I'll be open to, allowing you to.
You can't get
I'm sorry.
anyways.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Crystal. Do come back if you want to.
Are we off objective versus subjective now?
Noise, don't they?
We'll move on from that.
Oh,
Move on from that.
Oh dear.
I'll let Chickpea set the agenda now. Chickpea, what do you want to say?
No, I don't have anything to say.
I say, if God said that we are the center of the universe, God, can you please get your ass in the chat right now and sort this out?
Hey, I'm here.
Oh dear. The dairy fairies certainly are very talkative tonight, aren't you all?
But Chickpea, you're on the flat. You're on the flat Earth team.
No, I'm not.
You're
Dairy fairies.
Then let's go back to morality, the subject of the talk tonight.
Go ahead.
I'm afraid that if we can't even come to a consensus of what shape the thing we live on is, we will never unravel the mysteries of objective and subjective.
I would love to go back to objective and subjective because I timed out in the middle of that, but I'm not here to dictate the way the conversation will go.
The conversation will go where the conversation goes. But thank you, Gerbert, for your, worrying about.
Things from so I said a while back.
Sorry, somebody cares. Sorry, Chippy.
I said a while back. People ask how should we behave, and I just think we should treat others as we want to be treated ourselves. Now that's very, very simple. I don't know how these guys all managed to make a meal out of that. I don't understand. Because if we all just treated others as we wish to be treated ourselves, there'd be no trouble in the world at all. None.
Chickpea, it's not that simple, Chickpea. Some people are happy with less and some people want more, you know, and there's just not enough to go around, unfortunately, as it stands. And
Yes, I know,
some people expect more titillation than others, for example. I mean,
As they do
for
unto
example,
others.
you treating me as somebody who is, say, for example, I'm anxious or I don't like too much stimulation, and you like stimulation, you like big bangs and loud music.
No, it's you that likes all that. I like the. Oh yeah, sorry, I do like.
May not you treating me may not be my cup of tea. You see what I mean? It's just
I'm talking about lying and stealing and killing, Grumps. I'm not talking about the taste in music.
I think we can all agree.
Chickpea, it's not as simple there either, because sometimes people don't want to know the truth, and that's okay.
Yes,
I mean,
that's
sometimes the truth is too much to take.
Yes, I know that is true.
So we tell people lies. We tell people what are called white lies for good reasons, because we want to protect them from things that aren't their fault, you know, from the harshness of this reality. Well, I mean, this is the case.
I'm going to say that 99 times out of 100, lying, cheating, and stealing is the wrong thing to do.
Yes. Oh, I agree on something.
Now, let's take that 99.9% and bring it back to morality and talk about how it exists in this world to get back on topic.
It exists because each person is in control of the way they interact in the world. And when someone prevents them from interacting in the world by lying to them or cheating them or stealing from them, it is wrong. Every time.
And
I have something to add. Each and every one of you in the panel right now has got either a favorite hobby or a favorite sport. And if we keep it in the sports direction, none of your favorite sports would be quite as good as they are without the rules that exist around them. And so therefore, rules can make things better. And if we can agree to a moral standard, it can make things better. And by God, we need things to be better.
I think we certainly do. Sophia wants to talk to you, Chickpea. Sophia, do come on. Link is in the live chat. I can make some room for the ladies to have a chat for a bit. That would be interesting. Go ahead. Emily, hopefully you can get on here soon. That would be cool.
Actually, you know what? Myself and Crystal, we were talking about chemtrails last night, actually. And things. And Crystal sees the chemtrails too and all the other stuff going on. So I'm not alone after all. There's somebody out there that actually sees it as well.
Well, you see, this is interesting. Sophia's here. I haven't seen Sophia here before. Forgive me, Sophia. Sophia says she's not really sure what she could add. She just finds Chickpea fascinating and a hoot to boot. Now, the thing is, Sophia, when people come on the panel, it's just there's no obligation to say anything. You see, it's just kind of we're here as kind of kindred spirits, sitting, listening, and sometimes we feel compelled to speak. Sometimes people feel compelled more than others. It's just their nature. That's okay. And even me, I used to speak too much, and now I'm trying to speak a bit less. You know, trying to not to be so reactive, and trying to listen more. You know, so don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel that you have to speak. Just come up and be here, and if it feels natural, speak. There's no obligation to. Link is in the live chat. Sorry, Chickpea.
It was a better channel when you spoke more than it was.
People can say things like
Chickpea.
What?
People could say things like, have you guys heard of this new mammoth mouse? Apparently, they did an experiment in the lab and they want to bring back the woolly mammoth. Well, a couple of woolly
Yeah, I've
mammoths.
heard about that, yeah.
And so they started, because they can't make a woolly mammoth, they started and they gave a mouse woolly mammoth hair. And it looks really cute and really funny at the same time.
So I'm going to end that poll, guys. Is the Earth a globe? 71% said yes. 29% said no. There you go. You learn something new every day. There are people here who think the Earth is flat. We did have a show about that.
It's pretty big
ago.
though. 30% of the chat, which is pretty. It's massive, my friend. So eventually you might do that poll again, and it might be 50-50, right?
Well, we had a show here a few weeks back, maybe a few months ago, where we literally invited, some, pretty, well-known flat earthers on. They were from their own Discord, and they'd made a lot of videos about it. It was an interesting show. I wasn't swayed by, their views or their opinions and their supposed facts. I didn't see much evidence amongst it to dissuade me from my opinion, my view that the Earth is indeed a globe. I mean, OTW, what's your most, what's the most, what's your hardest hitting observation that makes you think this? Because, have you not spoken to pilots and listened to their flight routes? They do fly from, despite
A lot of testimonies of pilots have, when we've asked them the question, they've said it's pretty flat. We asked them.
But they do.
Is there any
compensation?
We asked him. It's like, is there any compensation for the curvature? Right? He's like, do you have to do any? And there's no, because they use a gyroscope. There is no compensation for curvature. So they're just flying in a straight line.
OTW, how do you explain the fact that if you go to the tallest building in the world, like the building in Dubai, the sun, you see the sun rising 2 minutes from the top of the building before you see it from the bottom.
It's not rising; it's just approaching.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! The reason why you can see it from the top of the building is because you can see it further. You can see the horizons further away.
So you can see. So it's you're just seeing it arriving from further out.
I don't know what planes you've been flying on, but I can assure you, when you fly out on a long haul flight, say on an 8-hour flight, the plane flies at 50,000, you can see the curvature in the Earth, and you can.
Yeah,
I know because I've seen it in my own eyes.
I travel a lot.
Yes, I've traveled a lot too.
I'm basically traveling all the time.
Yeah, I've traveled a lot too.
I'm literally in an Airbnb right now. Why, when I travel from the United States to Europe, does the New York flight fly over Iceland in an arc to get to Dublin instead of going in a straight line?
That's BlackRock's fault.
So I believe some of that is to do. I heard
that on a flat. If you look on it from a flat Earth map, that's it does pass through Iceland to get there. You get it? It's a straight line.
No, but I believe some of that. I heard this before. I may be wrong. I believe some of that is to do with safety. It's better to fly near land.
Oh, come on,
than not
DNW.
fly near land in case you have to do an emergency landing.
So was the vaccine, bro.
Well, do you not see the logic there that if the plane comes into problems, it can land on an airport in Iceland, Greenland, whatever, as you're flying that way, rather than if it's flying over mid-Atlantic, it has nowhere to go.
But when I've been on planes, and I can assure you, if you go on a long haul flight, you can see a slight curvature because the plane flies higher.
Sophia says she has nothing to say, but Sophia, you have interesting opinions here related to this, what we're talking about. So do come on, link is in the live chat, please. It would be great to have Sophia on.
Have any of you? It's on YouTube. There's a guy. He does an experiment with 2 sticks and a bicycle. It's kind of unique and it's kind of cool. and there is another guy who is a sniper, and he proves that if you shoot the bullet from east to west, it travels less far than from west to east. And they're extremely illuminating, both of those experiments.
Don't try to use
Well,
empirical
obviously,
knowledge
because the
on
Earth
flat
spins in a
earthers.
particular
They
way.
don't listen to empirical
Bloody obvious.
knowledge. They are stuck in believing what they believe, despite scientific empirical knowledge. It's not even a question. We all know the Earth and every other planet is a sphere. Every other body in the universe is a sphere.
That
Like the
is
moon,
also
like
an
the
assumption.
Earth.
Those are all assumptions. None
Alright,
of that.
then, so
You can't
can I
prove
ask,
any of that. It has a sphere. It's in a shape of a circle.
I'm so
But
glad you're here because I haven't laughed one
you
time
have
tonight,
no
but now that
actual
you're
evidence
here,
of
I'm
what you're
laughing so
saying.
much.
The only
Thank
thing
you.
you have are CGI fucking photos. You don't.
I
There
have
is no
evidence
proof.
of the guy with the bicycle and the
got
two
any
sticks.
evidence of it?
I have evidence of the guy with the bicycle and two sticks and the sniper. You're forgetting the guy with the bicycle and two sticks and the sniper. Both of us can do that experiment tomorrow. I also have the evidence from the junior weirdo people, right? They club their money together so they can build a stupid satellite, so they can take a stupid selfie of themselves, right? And they put this satellite up, and if they decide to take a photograph, instead of taking a photograph of themselves, that they shoot it out across, it definitely looks like we live on a kind of ball shape-ish.
All right, guys. Let's all calm down. Let's take it back to the question.
OTW, can I just say something?
Let's take it back to the question.
Airplane windows are
Let's
curved,
figure
by
it
the way.
out.
We're all losing brain cells at this point by entertaining this nonsense. But I will definitely catch you guys later.
Thank you, OE. Thank you.
OTW.
He's off now because he's had enough.
It's
it's flat
you
Earth.
do know at the end of the day there's nothing here anyway, don't you?
Yeah, I hate to
Just a
lose
load of
OE,
atoms moving
but I was
about.
trying
So,
to bring us
you know,
back around
sphere or
to
flat. It's a sphere.
okay. If we're gonna
That's
talk
how
about
atoms
this,
move. Atoms
what
move in the
is the
shape of a sphere.
morality for humanity of believing that the Earth is flat?
Well, first of all, you
Well,
become
there
much.
is one thing that we do know.
If the Earth was flat, let's say, let me answer this, please.
Wait, one second. There are these two guys that won a Nobel Prize, and they literally
for
proved
all of humanity, or at least all of recorded humanity. What are the moral basis of that? How does that affect humanity in a
Well, like I was mentioning earlier, it would show that you're like this. You would be the center of
who is to
creation.
blame?
Do you hear me?
Who is right? Who is wrong?
Gerbert.
What
Gerbert
is the right
Gerbert.
answer in
Gerbert.
how we approach
Gerbert.
this truth?
Hello, Ra.
You're gonna let me answer? You're just gonna like keep on.
And if we don't want to talk about it seriously,
How's it going,
we can just go back to questioning
Ra.
why is there a flat?
Guys,
And
can you
if we're going to go back to talking about why the Earth is flat, then tell me about the ice wall.
Hold on. Gerbert, sorry, mate. Gerbert, can you hear everybody? Because Ross was talking. He's just come on the show. Gerbert, I'm not sure if you can hear him. Ross, can you say something? We'll see if Gerbert can talk. Oh, he's left. He'll probably come back in a moment. I think he has an iPhone. I think iPhones are problematic for some reason with StreamYard. I have no idea why. But Ross, welcome. Good to have you here. They've been talking about a few things tonight. One of them is morality, whether there can be such a thing as an objective view of what we should be doing in terms of right and wrong. What do you think, Ross? You can talk about that or whatever you want to talk about.
I think by default, all morality is basically socially constructed. However, I do believe in order for a society or civilization to function, we need to come to a consensus to create an objective morality, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we have to reach for it for sure, in my view.
Good luck with
It
that.
may be unattainable, but it's definitely something we should reach for. Hello to Ricardo.
Hello, sir.
Join in, Ricardo, whenever you want. Sorry, Russ, go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry guys. What was I saying? Yeah, because I think that's the problem we have now in the West is we're so splintered between all these type of movements and factions, and we're unable to really come to a consensus as to what we should be about, really. Yeah, it's kind of the paradox of liberal democracy, really. With all this freedom, everybody becomes splintered, right? And how do you sort of rally everybody together behind some type of fundamentals? Yeah.
Well, if you have the present system indoctrinating people into believing that they're insignificant specks of dust in a vast universe, and that you're not, your life is completely insignificant, doesn't that kind of like pull you away from if there was an actual creator and this place was an actual creation, and that we are the center of creation? Wouldn't that make us much more significant? Wouldn't we much more take care of this place and other people by knowing that? And wouldn't it be to the elite's advantage to hide that from us and try to have us believe in fucking fairy tales and aliens and shit like that?
Isn't that exactly what Israel thinks? And that's why they're carrying out atrocities in Palestine, because they think God is behind them and they are justified and righteous in doing what they're doing.
I don't think. I think God causes more problems than it or he or she fixes.
I like that.
Yeah. I second that.
I like that.
Yeah, because if you, I'm sorry to say, oh shit, shit's going down in Ricardo's town. What you into, Ricardo? Fucking bank robbery, yeah? No,
it's not me. It's in the park. It's not me.
Oh, okay.
Hey, finding gnosis. Can you hit the automatic volume on Roz AI Gus Ghoul, whatever? It might fix his glitching there.
Yeah.
I say, why can't we all just have a nice, friendly, furry, fuzzy God, he or she, that loves us all and has a divine plan to make the world flat if it wants to, and love each other?
But yeah, guys, can everyone hear me? Yeah, or is my mic still fuzzy?
You're kind of clipping, bro.
You're still fucked up, bro.
Okay, hold on, I'll sort it out.
The helicopter, it had the searchlight on. It was looking for something, but it's gone now. Thank God. Don't come back.
Oh, Grumpy Guts, can I talk to Grumps for a minute?
No.
Go ahead.
There's stuff in the Daily Mail today about spaceships, and the spaceship that I saw has been seen by people in 2023. Remember I was saying there was a spaceship, and
can we see some pictures? Can we see some pictures of this?
I don't have
it's probably a blurry triangle with 3 lights on it, right?
Yes. No, I tell you something. I was walking home early hours in the morning.
Unidentified flying frisbee, Chickpea.
Flying orbs.
No. Other people have seen it too.
Right.
Very strange.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Project Bluebeam?
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? There's so many things going on in the world. I mean, right? you seem to have recently just came across chemtrails, which is fascinating to me. I heard of that was like 10 years ago.
No, I've been seeing it for nearly 30 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
My dad sees chemtrails all the time. Apparently, though, when this weather was really, really hot, they disappeared for a bit. And my dad's seen a UFO. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe. And I wanted to say earlier, those 2 guys that won the Nobel Prize for proving that the universe doesn't exist. So maybe Chickpea's right.
Well, I'm not saying
Chickpea lives in London, so it could just be smog.
Chickpea, show us that cat again.
Smog.
No,
Yeah, guys, can you hear me now?
Hold on, where is she?
Yep,
There's
yep. Oh,
hello, sweetie.
Chickpea.
Fuck
Chickpea, you know my fucking cat's become semi-feral, man. Crazy ginger bastard. He doesn't want to come home anymore. He's out. He's out.
Cat.
Yeah, I've got a ginger cat. And every time summer comes, because he's in the peak of his life, he just goes out. He stops eating the food I give him. He fucking hunts mice, the little bastard, every time I see him.
My ginger Tom, Dave is doing the exact same thing. Dave has weeks.
In America, they call it OCB, orange cat behavior, I think, in America. Orange.
He's doing it. My orange tomcat's doing it.
Ginger thing.
No.
Ginger
OBC.
spice.
That's crazy.
No.
Yeah.
That's hey, I'm from
Ginger
America.
fire.
OBC stands for one brain cell.
OCB.
XCD.
You know, you guys, have you ever stopped to think about just that word universe, right? You know, obviously it's like the scientific community that came up with that word, right? Because when you look at it, what it really means, you know, what is uni? Uni is one, right? Okay.
Story.
Verse. What is a verse? You find that in a song, right? It's usually the first four phrases or four paragraphs that are kind of sung in the song. It's a verse, right? So what does that say to you? One word, right? One word. It's the word of God. The verses. It's if.
Oh man,
I prefer but it makes more sense to me than some sort of vast void of nothingness filled with a bunch of galaxies and whatever, you know, this fantasy world like the Masters of the Universe or something like that. You know, I mean, this is what I'm saying. It's like there's a fine line between believing in delusional shit and actually breaking things down to see what because your reality is based on the language you use, right? So you know,
what's your religion? What religion do you follow? Sorry?
I do not have a religion.
Agnostic, spiritualist, I'd say.
Oh, so you're a deist then? So you believe in God? But
you can stick any sticker you want on me. I don't really care. I think I have a belief in a creator and in you know, this is a creation. All of this is created, and I believe that we are all experiencing this in the present moment. There's nothing else that actually does exist except for right now, and that, you know, this is.
Do you think
could be a simulation?
Yeah, that's true.
More or less, yeah, we can bring it down to that.
Yeah, but that proves.
But can I just say,
if we live in a simulation, that proves that we live on a globe, because in all the simulations, the Earth is a globe.
Okay, Spec, 1 second, buddy.
That is the narrative that they've been trying to push onto everybody for the past 30 past years.
Necessarily the actual truth.
Yeah, they put it in every movie at the beginning. You always have Universal. They have the big globe. They put it in your face. They are using propaganda to mind control everybody and having them believe in Fantasyland. You're living all
so
shit. NASA.
Alice in
I would
Wonderland.
say the opposite. I mean, this whole God thing is the biggest conjuring that's ever been done. And secondly, I can only present to you the Epicurean paradox, really, which is if he's willing, not able, then he's malevolent. Then he's impotent. But if he is willing and able, and still evil exists, then why call him God? Because then he's just malevolent. So even if you say that there's a creator, then how do you know that creator is something good? It looks like a psychopath to me, fucking nutcase.
Well, think of it as like an ant experiment, right? Where you have an ant farm, and you have on the outside a human, right? Right. So that human is not responsible for whatever is going on in the ant farm, except for the fact that he created the ant farm from the begin with, right? But he has no control. He has no actual
also, the
control.
whole world is like a big experiment in some laboratory somewhere.
Hey, you know, the truth is stranger than fiction. These are my hypotheses. That doesn't make it true, right? It's just my imagination
I understand.
that's running away with me, right?
I just find that
But
so abhorrent.
I mean,
man, I'm
is
sorry
it
to
as
say.
far fetched as just to believe in all of the rest of the shit that they fed us throughout the years? You know,
Well,
like the
easy to
moon
poke
landing, it
holes
was
into.
obviously fake, right? I mean, my kids could
No,
could
hold
make a
on.
better movie today than the ones that they did. Come on, please.
What you just said is very easy to poke holes into, and I'm going to poke a couple. So, does God predetermine our entire existence?
I believe he is the beginning and the end. So, in other words, he
This
started
dude's
the
a Christian, man.
No,
You're a
he
new age
started the
Christian, bro.
experience. He started the experiment,
The
and he can
Alpha
end it
and
at
the
any time.
Omega.
Okay. Let me go bigger.
He's
Let
a
me go
mixed
bigger.
bag.
Is God omnipotent? Does he control everything? Is he everything? Is the entire reality that we experience God?
It
First
could
of all,
be.
God is not a he.
I don't deny
God
that
is
could
not
be a
he.
possibility.
God is an it. It
And
is
the reason
alien
I think that,
entity.
and I'll give you a good explanation, is the way that the human biological system functions, right? You know, like how light travels through the eyes and how our senses
You're going too
are
small, bro. You're going too small.
all of our senses are meant to be receivers. All right, they receive the information and then translated by the brain and then redistributed to the particular organs like the eyes, the ears. So we interpret the reality that we're experiencing, right? So yes, at a certain level, I could say that if we are the receiver, then there is an emitter. You understand?
Yeah, but I could just use all those reasons you said just to prove how horrible of an invention. Let's say because you're saying that the human body was created, how horrible it is to have a body. I mean, look at all the ailments it has. In the end, you take care of this body so well, but in the end, it just fucking betrays you, man. Old age, you get sick, you
I
die.
doubt that. I think that the journey in the body is irrelevant. You understand?
What are you talking about? It's the only thing you have ever
The
known.
body is just the vehicle that you're using to navigate in this reality, right? It's like anything, it breaks down.
No,
It's
I
a natural
disagree.
process.
Right, so
Everything lives and dies in this reality. Everything is meant to do that.
Basically,
yeah,
what
but
you're
your body's
saying
okay.
is
So when people say that, sorry,
anything is possible. Anything is
sorry, let me just finish
And
my
I
point.
believe
dude.
that if you do take
so-
care of your body
so one second, hold on.
in the actual way that you're supposed to take care of your body, that you do have longevity.
I'm sorry,
But-
I disagree with
but
that completely.
I believe
because
that
we're not
whatever
just,
it is that
we're
you
not just
consume,
brains. We're not just brains in a vat. At the end of the day, if you don't look after your body, it severely affects your mental health. There seems to be like a symbiotic relationship between your mental health and physical health, right? So you can actually see people who don't look after their basically physical body. It affects your actual mental conscious state. So if you're eating shitty food and you don't exercise, it's going to affect your conscious awareness and how you perceive the world as well.
I
It's going to
agree.
affect your mood.
I agree. Absolutely.
So I don't think the body's just this vessel that people just talk about so
No,
lightly. Your
but in
body's like
scripture,
it's an
it does
integral.
say that
Wait,
you
hold
have
on. Let
to
me
take
finish,
care of
buddy.
the
Hold on. I'm about to finish. I'm about to land. Sorry.
All right, land that.
It's an integral part of your experience, at least on Earth. Without a body, you wouldn't exist. You wouldn't be able to experience anything, right? But yeah, go ahead.
Well, it's like you're saying the body is the temple of God. Right? You understand? Because God sits at the throne of your mind. This is where God.
I think God is just.
You know,
God is
it's,
just
I
an
believe
idea
that it's a
controller
possibility
behind
that you have the God that is actually present in you and outside of this place.
We are the observers of
Right.
consciousness.
I thank you for mentioning that, because this is where I was leading to. Look, you have like either
Call it
two
God or
choices.
whatever.
If when it comes to a creator, it's either the guy from the outside or it's the guy from on the inside, right? It's either one.
Yep.
So
But, why do you need to have a conscious
the
creator,
scientist that is not omnipresent and is conducting an experiment that is outside of this reality and this domed place, or you have the actual experiencer experiencing God through the vessel that you're navigating in right now.
Well, no,
But I feel like this word
So
God is
this
just
reality
it's
would
just
be
an
a
obsolete.
projection that God is creating
No, that's
just for
I don't
you.
like
That's
the word
how
God.
important
That's
you would be, is that God is actually creating your
Bad
reality
connotation.
just for you. That's how much he
Why
loves
is it
you.
that?
And then he
Why is
gives
it
you
that
free
people,
will.
God
He
believers,
lets you
can't
do
let go
what
of
you
God?
want. You can choose to do whatever it is you want. And he
No,
has
free
no.
will is a farce. It
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
exist. Free
Hold
will
on.
doesn't exist, my friend.
I
So
do. I
basically,
believe it
we
does.
all have.
Not true.
Wait,
Not true.
hang on a
Flavor.
second. Hang on a second. Let me respond. Come on, man. Like if you say something, let me respond. Then I'll go quiet. Right. So if you tell me free will exists, right, it doesn't exist because let's take a situation. There's a murderer and there's a victim. The victim wills as much as he wants to live, and the murderer is like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna kill you." Right. So let's say the murderer gets his way, right? What happens to the free will of the victim? Or, in other words, the predator and the prey. The prey, in its free will, wants to evade the predator and exist and not experience pain, harm, and death, right? By being ripped apart.
Obviously.
But the predator's free will overpowers the other's free will. So free will is just an illusion. I mean, we're all constrained by genetics, our circumstance, the time we're born in, the family we're born in. We didn't choose any of these things. So free will is overrated, and I don't even think it exists at all, to be fair. But that's just my opinion.
I think that
hold
it's
on,
based on belief.
hold on. No,
I
no,
think
let
that the
me-
person
let me
that
go a
was
step further right
unalived,
there.
hold on a second, Gerbert. If the person was unalived, it was because they believed that was going to happen to them. So they capitulated to that reality, right? But if that
No.
person
No.
would have actually believed that they were going to survive, maybe the tables could have turned and not be unalived by the perpetrator.
Wait, so you're telling me if a tiger, if I
Can I
lock
get
you
in
in a
here?
room with a tiger and you fucking think that you can survive, that you're going to survive? Are you serious, bro? That tiger's going to
I
eat you
absolutely
within 10
believe that
seconds.
everything is in the mind, and yes, if you can,
No,
yes, absolutely.
I'm sorry, man.
Absolutely.
Can I
That's
get in here?
ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Two things. One, okay, all those Ukrainian soldiers that have been dying on the front lines for the last 3 years, I'm sure every one of them wanted to live and willed themselves to live as hard as they
But
could.
feared their death into
But
existence.
I'm still talking. I'm still talking. If predetermination exists, if you said you're not Christian, but you clearly are Christian, if God has a plan for all of us, which it says
Christians
in the Bible
believe
he
in
does,
Jesus, bro. I am not Christian. Please don't insult me.
God in the scripture has a plan for all of us, so predetermination exists, then there's no way for us to have free will because everything is already pre-written. Our story, our entire reality, everything we are going to exist and experience is already written. Some of us in the scripture were written to go to hell. There's no free will. There's no willing yourself out of God's.
But that's
plan
based on
for
a Christian
you.
philosophy. It
So-
doesn't necessarily reflect
Free will doesn't
the views
exist, though.
and or worldviews
Like,
of today.
Literally everything you're talking about makes no sense.
I think
Even
a
if you
better
talk
word
about it-
for
I'm
Right,
talking
like
about
I
it-
mentioned
hit you
earlier,
from a
the
scriptural
truth is actually
point
stranger than
and
fiction.
From a literal point, there is no way of willing yourself out of dying. If God planned it for you, then that's going to happen. If
I don't believe
you are
that.
put in a situation where it's
I don't
just
think we
gonna-
have free will.
I don't
like you're on
think
the front
God's
line of
will had
war,
I
anything to
think
do
we
with
have
any of it.
agency. I think we have agency. I like the word agency, not free will. Agency means more like you have the capacity to make choices, but not free will, because free will seems a bit too overpowered, and it doesn't seem like
There's
it's.
no nuance. There's no nuance. If God has a predetermined plan for you, that means your story, your life, your reality is written from start to beginning. There's no changing it. Us talking right here, it was already planned. People coming to revelation or realizing, oh, I need to live this different life or be a better person, whatever. People getting into addiction.
I
it's
see.
all
I believe in
pre-written. It says it in the
manifestation. This is the
scripture.
whole thing. I think that you manifest your
So that
reality.
means there is no free will. And if there is free will, then that means
People are oblivious
God
to
is
it.
not omnipotent, which means the scripture is at least wrong sometimes.
Literally, the
And
scriptures
when
are
people
wrong
start
all the time.
quoting the scripture, it's easy
Guys, I
to
just want to say
say,
it's been sorry to interrupt, guys. I just want to say it's been fabulous talking to everyone. Have a great night from me. Yeah, all the best.
Yeah,
Take
you
care,
know
guys.
what? I'm about to bounce too, man. Thanks,
it's easy
Gnosis,
to
for having
say,
me.
well, if this part of the scripture is wrong,
I
then why is
gotta
not
bounce.
that part of the scripture wrong?
Cheers,
You know?
OTW.
All right, peace,
Great to have you
everyone.
on, man.
If free will
Peace.
exists,
Peace.
then how?
All right, so that's it, folks. That's OTW signing out for today. I really got to run. I've been live for 3 hours and I got shit to do. So thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. It was fabulous. And welcome to the new members. And if ever you do want to support the channel, we got PayPal, Kofi link. We also have super chats. And become a member if you want members only content and do all of that stuff. I do have one last guest, I guess I could bring up just before I go. We had Tony Drake backstage the whole time. What's up, Mr. Tony Drake?
Oh, I would like you to give me some authority. Can you do that?
What type of authority?
You will agree that as you get older, you're going to learn more tomorrow and you're going to learn more the next day. You're going to keep learning whatever it is you've decided that you want to know about the reality we exist in at the moment. Now, I'm 78 years old, okay?
Okay.
I know. I learned things from my grandfather. He said, you got a choice in this life. God has given you all the senses to interpret the reality that you are living in. Now, we can either accept that he gave us senses that were fairly reasonably tuned and adapted and capable, the best machines God could imagine he gave to you. Anyway, by the time you're my age, what we're talking about now is going to be kindergarten stuff.
Right. Well, you know, that's the thing. I think that we've been falsely led into believing a lot of lies. And that
Can the biggest lie? God gave you eyes to see. Apparently, the sun and the moon are both the same size. You can either believe that, or you can believe some people that put squiggles on paper, which my grandmother told me is just pure spells. And if you put enough spelling in a line, you can create your sentence.
Huh. That's good. I like that.
Come
You're
on.
sentencing yourself to the spell. That's great stuff, Tony.
We just need to open our eyes and our senses that God gave us and stop listening to people who put spells on paper. God did not create the two-dimensional world for the purpose of controlling the third dimension. Come on. What's wrong with people? I can't find anybody on any channel that's got enough brains to understand even what I'm saying.
I actually understand. I know I fully understand what you're saying. I completely comprehend. I'm like one of the most biggest believers, or not even believer. I contend that I'm a knower of God, that I know of his existence, that I know that he's real, that it's not some sort of dream that I'm having, you know.
Yeah, but see, do you also realize that you are the dreamer in God's dream.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's it, right? It's hence you're just like biasly confirming the simulation theory, right? It's like it's
you see, but it's not even that. It's just in the mind of God,
right? And he's singing, right? The verses he's singing, those verses are the frequencies that are essentially keep holding this reality together, I guess.
If you've got time, mate, I could tell you stuff. My God.
Well, look, I could take the time. I don't really have it, but I could take a few moments with you and listen to a couple of stories. I'm sure chat would enjoy that. Go ahead, Tony.
How many people are there?
Well, we got 7 people because I shooed them away. I was about to leave, but see, we still have 7 people. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, no. So, it's 9 o'clock in the morning where I am.
Wow, it's 9 o'clock at night where I am.
Where are you?
I'm in Quebec, Canada.
Quebec. Oh, right up there where it's fucking cold.
Yeah, it's winter time here. Well, not right now, but I mean, in the winter.
Wow. Where I am is the best place on earth. I searched the world when I was younger, right? And this is the best place on earth. Where I am is God's paradise. You can see the infections that are coming from we are allowing people to put things on paper having more authority than me.
Right. Hence police, the government, judges, lawyers, and essentially the whole bureaucracy in its totality, right? The whole thing,
Money makes the world go round. It's not round, it's flat.
Right, exactly. It's another way to fucking completely manipulate your reality, right? Oh, Jesus. And what about the songs, right? He has like round, 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 I get around, round, 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 I get around, I get around. It's like they do this purposefully to brainwash people into believing lies. It's all propaganda and false information campaigns meant
it's total indoctrination. I'm a bit unique in many ways. I'm legally blind, but doesn't mean I can't see. But they won't let me drive cars on the roads anymore. I've been driving without a license now for 10 years.
Well, it is your right to travel. You have the right to travel.
Well, it's more than that. It's basically back to the Bible. Treat others, if you can imagine how you would like to be treated in these circumstances. If you treat others as yourself, you will eventually realize there's only one of us.
That's crazy, right? That we would all be the same person.
You see, in my life, I've spent my whole life searching for somebody that can understand me, and because I believe I am the authority. I'm the author. I wrote this book. I'm just coming in here to play my part. We don't have any free will. We wrote the book.
That's crazy. That's one hell of a story, though.
Come on, use your imagination if you've got one. I tell you what, I've spoken to a lot of people, and do you know that more than half the people I spoke to do not know how to use their imagination. And yet that's what we are.
So we can create the dream, right? We can be the creators of the dream.
Yeah, we absolutely are.
So
if you are all there is and all there can be and everything, right? Then you're part of the all. And so you know that guy down the road, he's part of the all as well. But somehow he's lost his mind. He's been indoctrinated since he was a kid. I was very lucky. I didn't go to school till I was 7. And by that time, my father had taught me all you needed to know about geometry and the reality that we're living in. And then at 7 years old, they sent me to school. And this bloody teacher tried to tell me that the sun was 400 times bigger than the moon. I just fucking laughed at her and I said, any fool can see they're both the same size.
Pretty obvious. Yeah.
But so therefore I would conclude that some people want to know. Some people are just going to take the dream as it comes. Some people, I don't even think they've got a mind.
So what do we do? What is the solution, Tony?
It's simple. Imagine what you would like to do and start doing it.
It's funny because that's what I'm doing. I'm just like having fun with my life. Is that
yes.
Well, yeah. I'm on this.
Hey, it's like a kid. You take the kids I took my 5 kids to Disneyland, right? I'm living in Southwest Australia now. But, yeah, go in there, scream, yell, shout, do whatever you want to do. And at the end of the day, I'll be waiting for you at the gate. And then you'll decide what you'd like to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I wonder. You know what?
That's the only purpose. The only purpose we came here for was to enjoy the ride.
I get that, Tony, but you know what? It's a forgetting. It's forgetting that bugs me. It's forgetting about it.
No, it wouldn't work. We agreed when we came in that's clean slate.
That's the sucky part. That's the part that I think was like, nah, how come I can't remember all of the other past lives and everything and where I come from and what is this all about? It's like you have to figure it out with like a freaking book that's like twisted and all mixed up for people to get all confused. And it's the truth is so fucking hard to find, Tony. Let's welcome Freedom Grower back.
Hey, yeah, but isn't see, I enjoy using my imagination, and yeah, if you imagine things, they happen.
Essentially, that's what I was mentioning over on that other panel earlier. We got Freedom Grower back on the guitar, still sanding those frets, doing exactly what he imagined he was going to do. And it's manifesting right there.
I love this kind of communication because it confirms things that I might articulate in a different way, but that I'm having the same cause and effect and realizing jumping in the driver's seat was the best thing I ever did. And that was me fulfilling the purpose that the Most High had for me. And being that true steward and responsible is by actually living a great life and loving what I'm doing.
I think that's what it's all about. I think that is the actual solution to everybody's problems is just live your best life and don't wait
Or
for
die
it to
trying,
happen.
you know,
Yeah,
but
exactly. But do something to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, whatever it is. Like this place is like it's kind of like World of Warcraft, right? Where there's so many different things that you can do and learn and become, so much so that it would take multiple lives to actually achieve to master a lot of them. Let's not even all of them. Let's just say a lot, a good amount of them.
Hey, like to respond to that. Oh shit! Oh, it's hard to. You see, this idea that we live on a spinning ball, right? This is sort of like the crux of the matter. You know what I mean? My understanding is, if I believe that there's a God, the creator, if we look at what his carpentry skills are and relate them to, I believe they inverted the truth. The people that wrote the history, they inverted the truth. We do live on a globe, but we live on the inside surface. All of God's creations have a barrier within which life is contained.
So we all have our own Merkaba, our own globe, like a personal globe that surrounds us, and
Yes, and we're in the center.
and we're the center. And when we move, everything around us follows, but
yeah,
it doesn't. You can't actually really interact with it because before you reach that particular object, let's say it's a tree, right? You can see it; it's in the bubble, and then when you approach it, eventually it goes through the bubble, like the Vesica Pisces, right, which has two interlocking circles that come together. So I believe that when we come together as more than one, our bubbles kind of connect with each other, and that's where we have our realities kind of collide, right? Where everything.
Yeah, well, if you look at what they say the world population is 8 billion or something. It's like yesterday's gone; it doesn't exist anymore.
So you're saying that we're reborn every day? Like yeah, but that's it. We just we get replugged into the matrix every day.
For years and years, I've been trying to stay awake while my body goes to sleep, and now and again you can do it. I did it when I was in prison once. I was in my cell, and I decided, like, it's sort of like Zen. You sort of let your body go to sleep, and then sort of stand back a little bit, you know. But yeah, it's very difficult. But
it's
basically,
isn't that called out of body experiences? It's like
yeah. Because I'm sure we can. We do go out of our body once you kill the body. You know what I mean? That's. But I mean, I should have died 10 times in my life. Anybody else?
Maybe you did, and you just woke up. In this, you just like in a game. Yeah, you got another life. Just keep going. Because I had that feeling once. I hit a wall at 100 kilometers an hour in a tunnel, and I'm pretty sure I died there. But I woke up in the tunnel, in the car, right, and I pulled myself out of the car, and that could have just have been me recreating my whole reality, as if though I didn't die, right?
Yeah, well, it's like it'll be what que sera, sera.
So who knows? I might actually be in my last 7 seconds of my life and a massive dose of DMT flooded my brain, and I could actually live in that 7 seconds for eternity. And that would be it.
You'd get bored. You'd get bored, wouldn't you?
Well, if I'm living my life out like in the same time frame that I was, when I actually do die, and then when I wake up again and realize that I'm actually eternal and I'm not going to die, and well, I obviously now at that moment gonna do all kinds of shit, right? Because I'm gonna realize, I'm not gonna get bored. There's so many things to do out here, that I in my life. There's things that I would have wanted to have done and I never got the chance to do because life goes by so quickly, and I did all kinds of other stuff, right? So
how old are you?
I'm gonna be 50 in about 6 months.
Wow,
6 or 8, 7 months.
Hey, if I can remember when I was 50, right? If I knew when I was 50 what I know now, the whole world would be under my command.
Yeah. What do you think of that,
So
Dick?
what exactly would you do differently now if you were 50 again than what you did do?
Ask that question again, please.
Well, and maybe I didn't ask it right, but just something along the lines of like, what are the kernels of wisdom that you would say to someone who is at 50 that they should look at, that you learned about what you would do differently? Like what should someone in OTW or my position do at this point to have the right perspective?
I don't know where to start, mate. Look, how much time have you got? It's what is the time now?
we still have some time. We're not. I'm not in a hurry right now.
Oh, so you can't see the sun where you are?
No, right now the sun is it has traveled beyond my vision.
Yeah.
Check it out. I'm outside, and everything is overcast right now. Look at that. It's all overcast.
Oh, I can show you my outside, can't I? How do I do that? I'll just carry it outside.
I think the sun would be like over. Maybe that.
I can't.
Yeah, there it is. There's the sun. Hey, there's the sun. Right.
All right, and where are you at? Where are you at, Tony? It's like what part of the planet are you on? Because you said it was 9 a.m. So he has the sun approaching towards him and leaving Freedom Grower and go.
Yeah. Oh, can you see what I can see or not?
Here, let me look.
Oh, is the camera not working?
Oh, I think my battery's about to go dead. I better go plug this in.
You see Freedom there? There's clouds underneath the sun there. Those are the clouds that you see right now underneath the sun, right? Well, he could see the sun, but you see the clouds.
Yeah.
But that means he's not that far away from you, right?
Isn't that a trip? We're under the illusion that we're way far distance, but you're just over the hill.
Right. You could just drive there. You just follow the sun, and you would literally just end up at his house.
Yeah. See, it gets dangerous if you start going too deep in there because you'll lose yourself.
Well, I've always thought to myself, I wonder what it would be like to actually just follow the sun, like run after it. It's like chase the sun.
They used to have these things called airships. I don't know. Like, have you looked into the design and the internal goings on, like the Hindenburg, the big airships, right? once they got to a certain altitude, they acted like a cloud. They could go anywhere in the world. They didn't burn fuel.
Well, I mean, were they able to chase the sun? That's what I'm wondering. Is like, is it a possibility that, let's say we grab a plane, because I think the sun will outrun a car. I think it travels faster than a vehicle.
It depends. As it goes further north, it travels slower, and because it's doing a smaller circle. But when it gets to the south, it's doing a bigger circle. The secret
is traveling faster.
Are you familiar with the Great Bells of Tartaria?
Oh, I think his phone just died. That sucks. He was about to drop some bombs of Tartaria on us, Freedom.
Dude, I am got my hands full on this guitar, but yeah, I wanted to hear what he had to say.
Well, so did I, but I don't believe that we will have the chance to do that unless he comes back shortly, right?
You know, go figure, dude. Guy had the moment he was ready to drop the gems, and as soon as he gets ready to go into it, boom, gone.
Now, is that a coincidence or not?
No, it's not a coincidence. It's the way this reality works. A man with wisdom that's been there, done that. He's like, dude, if I was 50 again, and he was just about to, take out his list and say, here's a couple of things I'd look at. And then boom, he's gone.
And that's just like, it leaves you on this, like, with a bad taste in your mouth, right? And it's like, you're left on we call this in French, qui vive, right? You're on the edge of your seat, and then you just get, like, you get dumped, right? And it's like, and you're left with like this your jaw opening moment, and you're like, you don't know what to say. It's like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it's a trip. Speaking of phones dying, my phone's at 2%, so it could die any second. I guess Paul and Truth or Copper live, so maybe I'll go.
Yeah, I might do that. I might do the same and go see what's going on over there. Anyway, I've been live for 3.5 hours now, Dick. I think it's about time we just wrap this up.
Cheers, man. Have a great one. Nice joining. Good discussions today, man. I like these topics. They're fun.
Yeah, same here. These are the ones that get me animated, right, and get my imagination going. So
yeah,
Tony's right. We should use more of our imagination and stop.
Oh man, that's what brought me up here, dude. Because he's so on target, dude. It definitely resonated.
Yeah, I like the guy. I hope he comes back. You hear that, Tony? Come back.
Cheers, bro. Later.
All right, peace, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is OTW signing out for today. Coming at you from the belly of the beast. Peace.